Liggity live.
Oh, really? Already?
Hey, everybody! It's me, Opti. Welcome back to the Optiverse Presents The Variants, our very first and dearly beloved show that we bring to you where I just got tongue-tied. Genetic anomalies living in one house. It's like the real world with superpowers. Everybody, say hello. Introduce yourself as you wish. Starting with somebody.
Hello, I'm Cassie. I play Takedown. Someone else go.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Rusty, or Russell, or you can call me Bootleg, or Billy Colt, or Mr. Leg when he's feeling fancy.
Mr. Leg.
Mr. Leg. And Danny, what's going on with you?
So Danny, just here, gonna be playing Guishin for a little bit with you guys tonight, using his quantum temporal crazy manipulation powers to perhaps do great things.
And welcome back, Thomas!
Hello. Glad to be back. I'm Thomas. I'm gonna be playing Silhouette, the living shadow.
Ooh, that's ominous. If you notice, we are down 2 today for various reasons, good and bad. We are missing both Randy and Sandy. So anybody whose name ends in Andy, we are just gonna have to do without today. But their characters are still there, so you can look at them and yearn for them to return. When we last left off, the variants had gone to the moon because the headmaster said, hey, you want to go to the moon? And they went. While they were on the moon, let me see if I can get the headmaster back on here. There you go. The headmaster said, hey, listen, I've got to leave. I've got to go. And while they were having that conversation, actually while they were kicking back after having eaten ice cream and just having an actual sweet moment, an alien ship showed up, and these blue and purplish aliens got out and said, all right, buddy, it's time. So the headmaster, watch this fade. The headmaster got in their ship and went away. And now you guys, Silhouette, you're not there, but Bootleg and Chameleon and Magnitude and Guishin and Takedown are now on the moon in the rubber ducky ship. And you are about to take off for home because the headmaster has told you he has to go. He's gone, and you don't have any reason to stay around on the moon. Unless you do. What are you doing?
Well, I'm going to make sure that I did grab a moon rock to give to Therion, the smart kid from the original variants. He's been feeling a little down. He did us a solid lately, so I'll bring him home a moon rock, make sure that that's stowed in the dashboard, wherever it is you put moon rocks on rubber ducky ships. I will make sure that our suddenly NPCs of Chameleon and Magnitude are strapped in and have their seat buckles securely fastened in trays and seat backs in the upright position. And I will try to just lead the team home like a grown-up.
Guishin?
All aboard the Ray Duck.
The Ray Duck.
That's right.
Takedown, strapping in, getting gone. Those aliens, by the way, introduce themselves as Cowlins. Kaolan. The Cowlins are a race of a sort of imperious race that you were able to glean just from the small amount of time that you were able to talk with them. But they weren't much for talking, and after the brief introductions, basically saying, hey, we don't come around this way, we leave the Earth alone, but don't mess with us because we basically rule this area of space, so take off. And you weren't, the headmaster sort of indicated, like, listen, don't worry about this is fine, this is what I wanted. You'll make me proud, I know it. And then he got and went with the Cowlins. Now you are flying home aboard your spaceship that kind of resembles a rubber ducky. And What's going on? What's the mood?
I mean, Grishin's excited. We were on the moon. We met aliens. That was, I mean, really? How often does that happen?
Right.
Excellent.
Is anybody having a hard time with aliens? I mean, the headmaster kind of gave you a little bit of a heads up, but maybe some of you weren't actually sure if you actually believed him or not, but you literally just met aliens.
I don't think Takedown believed in aliens. Now she's really starting to question that statue we talked about in the backyard of like the demons that might be under the house. Like,
yeah, what did Headmaster tell you about the demons? Do you guys remember?
These statues are in an elaborate part of an elaborate ritual, essentially, to keep them at bay, I believe.
Don't break the statues, I think he said. Make sure you have upkeep on the grounds of the building. Anybody else? Aliens?
Bootleg is going to just keep on like that neutral, positive field leader that believes in his people face. Like just, man, that ice cream sure was something, huh, fellas? You know, and like not worry right now about the headmaster being gone and like everything being Bootleg's responsibility now, up to and including keeping secret fucking aliens and demons and stuff. But he's just gonna be like, this was a nice trip that went exactly like we planned, and the headmaster's gone, but that's cool because he told us about that in advance. And yeah, no, just everything is going like we thought it would on this Sunday drive. Everything sure is going exactly according to plan, everybody. La, 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 everything's fine. You know, just like trying to keep like this kind of positive front on. And that's it. That's his plan.
All right, and Grishin?
I mean, he's stoked. I mean, you know, he's flying the Ray Duck and kind of zooming back and forth and just, you know, really just chatting it up too. Like, man, did you guys see that they're blue and purple? Like, but they had arms and legs. They had arms and legs, right, Opti?
Yes, they had arms and legs. They were actually
they had arms and legs like us. I mean, why would aliens even look like us? Why would they look anything like us? I mean, but that's so cool, etc.
Right, and to that point, they actually looked remarkably similar to humans, and maybe that's something to ask a question about. Like, why do they look so humanoid? But everybody else is maybe hoping for like squid things or.
No, I just figure we don't need to talk about them for a while. Like they just
moving on
to plan. They're gone. The headmaster's with them, so they did what they were supposed to do. We don't have to wrap our head all the way around them. Like, we just need to go, yeah, no, they came and got the headmaster just like he wanted. Everything's good. No need to dwell on those aliens. Everything's fine here now. Thanks.
What are aliens really but just blue and purple people?
That's fair. Okay, so you are about halfway to back to Earth. And you've never seen Earth from this perspective before. I mean, you're kind of coming at it from a different angle, and the ship this time is facing it, so you can kind of see where you headed. Are you headed back to the academy?
Yeah, that would have been the plan. Head back home.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, I'm not necessarily beelining it straight into the atmosphere. I think we're going to do a little bit of, you know. We're probably not like right above it anyway, so we'll probably just kind of skim over and maybe see a few continents.
Just whatever Google Maps gives us for like the best part.
Right.
All right, so make a perception test.
Ooh. Make a perception test.
All of us, or just the one that's flying?
Everybody.
Okie dokie, here we go.
15.
Ooh, I did good.
Guishin's got 21. Takedown's got a 15. And Bootleg's got 20. All right. So everybody notices now a sort of shimmer off to, well, there's no really north-south. That doesn't make any difference. So off to your right, I suppose. I guess that would be starboard, wouldn't it? So off to your starboard, you notice a shimmering as the sun bounces off something shiny. You take a look in that direction, and there seems to be a ship bearing down on you. It's a sort of clunky ship. If you had to guess, in the way that your ship resembles a rubber duck, if you had to compare this to something on Earth, it would kind of be like a big rig. It's got that sort of low-tech vibe to it, and even though you can't hear it in space, you can imagine it sort of rumbling like chugga 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 chugga.
All right,
and
so I'm just gonna go like
down
this
on you pretty hard.
And see if they'll take the bait. No.
Yes, you absolutely get a vibe, and it sort of knocks the ship, it knocks the Ray Duck into a little bit of a spin.
Oh.
Yeah, Bootleg's just gonna be like, strap in, brace, because like he watches some sci-fi shit, and that sounds like the right thing to say, as a way to give people a heads up that somebody threw a fucking space brick at us. So yeah, that's just like strap in, brace, and like try to grab onto something.
Guishin's gonna try and get at least some measure of control over the ship again, so everyone doesn't get sick inside the Ray Duck.
Yeah, make your piloting. You're gonna need a 17.
Well, that was not what I got. So,
well, you try to roll out of the way and you try to regain your steadiness, and instead, when they fire their next volley of whatever weapon this is, it's sort of an invisible ray type weapon, hits you, and you basically start spinning out of control. Next thing that you know, well, you look over at Magnitude and Chameleon, and they've both hit their heads on the side of the ship and have passed out. What do you know?
That's exactly what I was trying to avoid. Oh.
How is the fish bowl? Like, is Chameleon openly bleeding from the fish bowl on his head shattering, or like is he looking?
Oh, no. The fish bowl was intact. It was so strong, in fact, that it gave him a solid knock in the noggin. Yeah. Magnitude, you can't tell if she was sleeping beforehand or not. She usually presents as pretty tough, but you also notice that she's a little skinny, right? So maybe her powers are not working as well as they normally do. So maybe that caused her to be able to be knocked out. At any rate, it looks like this big truck has sent. You know when trucks pull into truck stops and they take those big hoses and they plug them in to get rid of the sewage and whatnot. It looks like these giant hoses have come out of the truck ship and have attached themselves to the Ray Duck, and the Ray Duck miraculously has opened up ports for them to connect.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Which you don't know exactly why. Maybe that's because, you know, it's turning on you, or maybe it's because it doesn't want to get damaged, or maybe this is just kind of what it knows. But
Bootleg, I've seen this in movies before, and I think what happens is like prepare to get boarded.
Takedown, come with me, I will say, and then I will suck away Chameleon's powers.
All right, Takedown is coming with. Yes. Bootleg. I know your name. Yes. I almost called you Rusty. That's not the right character.
Mr. Leg.
Oh, it's Captain Leg, technically, right now, because I think I'm in charge of the ship.
All right, Captain. He's flying.
Right, he's the pilot. It's like First Mate Shin and Captain Legs.
First Mate Shin and Captain Leg.
Frankly, I think Opti's next spin-off writes itself.
Yeah.
First Mate Hand. Got it. Love it.
But yeah, so my move action is going to be stealing Chameleon's powers, so I've got something to work with here.
Okay.
I don't know what happens when people have to make saves and they're unconscious. So I'm just going to leave it up to you how much of his power I can swipe.
I'm going to go ahead and say that because he's unconscious, and if he was conscious, he would be willing, so this is not like something that his mind would naturally resist. I'm going to go ahead and just give it to you without a roll.
All right. So I will have the full spread of points to play with in coming rounds. Spoiler alert, it's probably going to help out my team. Instead of me going, poof, and like turning invisible. I don't think I'm just going to copy his stuff. But yeah, so I've got some points to play with. I told Takedown to get into position. She's fast enough to do so, and also hits pretty hard.
What position is that? What do you...
Like wherever the openings were, like if they're visible from the inside.
The openings were... You don't know what they're for. They just look like they're...
They're about to offload sewage into the ship.
It kind of looks like that, but it does, you don't see any openings on the inside. They look almost maybe just like they are grapples.
That is fine, because our duck's not that big, and I travel 120 miles an hour. I'm sure I can be whatever into the duck I need to be.
But these grapples are bringing the ship closer, and it does look like, if you had to guess, there's this big area on the side of the truck ship that looks like an airlock.
You know, I saw this on an episode of every sci-fi show I've ever seen, and it's not good.
That's probably the case. As you get closer, there is a sort of, I don't know, like an accordion type walkway that extends from the airlock, and the duck meets it with its own sort of, I don't know what you call it. It kind of matches it. And a doorway opens between the Ray Duck and the truck ship. It's open. You can hear sounds from inside the truck ship now, and it's sort of just kind of nobody comes from the truck ship. There's just now an open door between the two.
What kind of noises?
The sort of noises you would expect from a truck ship, like chugga 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 chugga. Engine type ships. You can hear maybe some voices. If somebody wants to make a perception check, I'll tell you more about the voices.
Oh, I would love to do that. Let's see what happens. Hey!
Holy crap! Yeah. Well, the both of you hear what appear to be feminine voices. Maybe 3 or more of them.
Oh, I got this, bootleg. I'll go ahead and maybe go in and say hi.
All right, you round the corner and you head inside the truck ship, and they're in a sort of opening area, right? Like a foyer. There are 5 women dressed up in kind of crazy outfits, and they say, hey, the one who's wearing blue introduces herself. Hello, I'm Captain Lightswan. This is the Starshine Shooters, and you have had the pleasure of being boarded and robbed today. If you wouldn't mind, please turn over all your valuables, and we'll take one of you as an offering, and then the rest of you can go about your business.
Did we just get attacked by pirates?
Any attempt to fight us will lead to your immediate death, and we will still take you hostage and take your stuff, but you will be down a ship, and you will be down all of you instead of just one of you.
What'd you say your name was again?
Captain Lightswan. Remember that. I'm aggressive.
Okay, I'll probably ask one more time the next time we meet, but after that, I'll have it.
Absolutely. I like you, but still, this is your one and last opportunity to give up the goods.
I'm going to pour several points of genetic anomaly power into Guaishin. So we're going to give him some AoE goodness again. I think that was the simplest before. We'll just bump up your attack back to an AoE line and give you some extra force field. So 5 more points of force field, and your blast is an AoE line. So there'll be like this ripple effect in the air as energy transferring between us. And then Bootleg's just going to say, it's very polite of you to make that offer. So I'll match it. You've got one chance to let us go about your business. Maybe we all have a laugh about this and go get some ice cream later. But you need to leave us be right now. We've had kind of a heavy day.
You had your warning. Roll initiative.
Oh, I mean, we met aliens today.
You've met more. By the way, these ladies look humanoid. They've got some features which may lead you to believe that they might not be human. And of course, you've not really ever seen anything like what they're wearing, and why would humans be space pirates? So all those questions are floating around in your mind. Takedown, is that a 15 initiative?
Indeed.
Sorry, 1 second. I've got to see how I got my stuff set up.
Also, after the last time I was empowered to shoot a blast line, I said, that's handy, and I learned to do that on my own.
Okay. Let's do a cone instead then.
Cone instead.
It's the same points.
Cone.
So yeah, if you picked up the line, Bootleg should know that because he's constantly sensing everybody's powers, so that he knows exactly what you're all capable of. Sometimes while you sleep. Don't worry about it. Mind your business.
I don't know if I appreciate you
mind my
constantly.
business.
Yeah, why you keep coming into my bedroom at night? I've noticed lately.
Don't worry.
Bootleg has revealed himself to be
close.
the team's creeper. He's replaced Taro as the invasive, creepy one.
Mr. Leg.
Don't be silly. He doesn't need to be anywhere near you while you sleep to watch you while you sleep.
Okay, so first up is Bootleg. You see Breaker, the one in pink, headed towards you. Oh no, I'm sorry, Aurora, the one in pink, headed towards you, and she's pretty aggressive, and she's about to lay the smack down. But you get to go first.
Okay then. My move action will be stealing Magnitude's powers, and I will just graft them onto myself. So I will steal some of her durability and strength. So move action to do the steal, standard action to actually mimic for once. And that's going to be it. So I will need a moment to adjust my stats. But yeah, that's how he's going to brace. He's just going to copy Magnitude's powers and gain some mass, kind of stretch out his costume a little bit. I don't know if we describe hers as being like Magnitude's idealized body mass that gets built. So like, I don't know if he's going to take on like Hulk-esque Ripley muscle dude mass, or if it's going to be, more of an obesity type of mass. Like, I don't know psychologically how Magnitude works. Like, if it's a mental thing of you look like you want to with
Actually,
extra mass, or is it
hers?
You know what I mean? Because we haven't really
hers
proved that
works because she takes in so many calories. So she is actually able to convert calories. So you will not look any different. But when you use her powers, you will need to eat a large meal afterwards, or
Right.
you will be
Or
very
I will
sickly.
whip my own ass. Yeah. All right, cool.
Next up is Guishin.
Well, I have a cone, and I'm not afraid to use it. And so I put both hands forward, and then a wave of energy comes out in a cone shape towards our pirate. Didn't we kind of board them? We kind of went to their ship. Did we not?
You
We
did.
accepted their invitation.
You are the bad guys here.
Yeah, we did it again. We're interlopers. All right, so yeah, I point my hands forward and just blast out a cone of quantum ray energy at this group. So that's a standard blast roll. So quantum cone.
Yeah, and that's no attack roll for you. You just place the template, basically. Yeah, it's like a burning hands in D&D type of thing. So they have to make rolls to like resist it with AoEs. But yeah, they're just like automatically walloped.
Okay, well
On
that
your
means,
end, like there's no
so that means they are hit, and it's a 25 is their DC.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty epic. All right, so let's see what they roll. I'm gonna roll a group roll and then add their individual toughnesses onto that, if that's no big deal for any of you. That'll keep things moving a little bit quicker.
And when I blast, I do yell out, "Cone of Shame!"
Oh my goodness! No! Hey, didn't somebody give the game master a hero point back in the day?
I think last session, maybe?
What? GM hero point. I'm gonna re-roll that because nobody gets to take down my space pirates like that. Oh, I guess you do. So, oh man, how awful.
It is the Cone of Shame.
It is. You absolutely I'm gonna make something bad happen to you because of this. If you take down all my guys on the first shot. So the first one rolls a 11, which will be 2 levels of failure. Ouch. Second one rolls a 13, which will also be 2. The next one rolls a 10, which will be 3 levels. The next one rolls an 11, which will be 2 levels of failure. And the final one rolls 12, which will also be 2 levels of failure. So, for the most part, 4 of them, everyone but, let's see, Breaker. Which one is she? Breaker is the one on the right with the mohawk. So all of them but her took 2 levels, which means they are now... Where am I at? They suffer -1 circumstance penalty to further damage, and they are dazed until the end of their next turn. Which means they can, they can only take 1 action. The one on the right took 3, which means they take that -1, and they are staggered as well. And staggered means that they are dazed and hindered, which means that they only have 1 action, and if they try to move, they move at half speed. So that was a pretty solid attack that you just did there.
Yay for cones.
But Captain Lightswan is next, and she's not a huge fan of what you've just done, and so she's gonna go all out on offense, and these blue wings sprout out from behind her, and she goes to cut you with them, and she's headed for Guishin because that was not her favorite thing to have happen right off the bat. So,
can we talk about this?
Now, I think I have a move called Interpose, which I can use to...
Yes, you can.
Take an attack for someone else, I believe.
Yes, you can.
My hero.
Hey, baby.
Yes.
You should hop on Twitch and see Space Pirates.
They're pretty amazing. Where did you get these space pirates?
Man, these actually are from a Mutants and Masterminds book called Rogues Gallery. These are actually called the Starblights, and I have requisitioned them.
Awesome.
I got an 11, so go ahead and interpose yourself if you must. I am the Starshine shooters are not making a great impression.
Do I just need to roll my
These are the bumbling pirates of the universe.
It's been so long since we did combat.
Right?
it's not their fault we're awesome.
These are there's like 5 people who are more powerful than you versus 3, and you're like, nah, we got this, fam. This is the Guardians of the Galaxy if they were all Star-Lord. So
they technically have that many character points.
Okay, so you interpose yourself.
23.
So yeah, you have interposed yourself. Go ahead and roll your roll your toughness, and you're going to be resisting. You're going to be resisting 19.
I got to 23 on toughness.
Crushed it. So you take this, the wings come out, you put yourself in between Guixin and the wing just falls limply on your shoulder, and you're like, what was that?
Not today, Captain.
I got this spot on my back, if you wouldn't mind, scratching. Next takedown, you're up.
I'm gonna punch her in the face.
Captain Lightswan?
Indeed. She just patted me gently on the back with her wing, and act of violence seems to be in order. Let's see.
Her parry is 9. Oh my goodness! Is that a nat 20? Oh no! This is embarrassing.
D20s are fickle beasts.
Just owning them. All right, so you got an automatic +1 success. DC of that attack is 25. Let's see what she can do. Come on, Captain Lightswan, do this for your GM, because we really need a win here. Let's see. Yeah! All right. Now, wait. Because she has a -1, she actually meets it, which means that she does not take any damage. Yes, she still meets it. Yes, good job, Captain Lightswan.
Sorry.
You're no pushover.
It's a classic superhero trope. You're both trading attacks, and nobody's got the upper hand yet. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm gonna smile and quirk an eyebrow. I've met my match, perhaps.
Sunspark, who is the one with the punk rock haircut on the left, in the red. She is going to initiate her falling star attack, which is a burst area, and it's going to envelop all 3 of you. So go ahead, and this one doesn't need to be rolled. You're just resisting 22 damage because there's nowhere for you to go.
With what? I'm assuming it's
I'm sorry.
physical attack,
Yes, you are resisting 22 with your toughness.
28 for takedown.
just like with cool flowery names, you never know. It could have been something else.
There you go.
Give me 1 second. I gotta find my new toughness.
The new toughness.
Because I have borrowed someone's powers.
Solid. The next one, Breaker, who was the one who was most affected, the Mohawk one, pulls out a bow made of shining energy, and she is going to shoot Takedown, because you have now proved yourself to be a little bit more of a nuisance. So she's going to shoot you in the face. Let's hope.
It's not hope. It's not at all get shot in the face.
I'm enjoying the fact that you might get shot in the face. With a 17, does that hit your
Face?
dodge?
My nope is 20.
Of course not. Because I'm not going to be that GM that gets hurt by the dice. I'm going to accept that my team that we've brought together is great, and this is why you're making such chumps of the space pirates.
Indeed.
Next up, the Stinger, the one with the scorpion stuff all over her. She's going to initiate her dazzling scorpion flash, another area of effect. You're going to be resisting an 18 because this is an affliction.
So still toughness.
Okay. Yes.
Takedown is a 22.
That's a 30.
Guixin, you have taken one level of this, and so you are going to be suffering a -2 to all of your defenses because you can't see. -2 to your defenses and a -2 to your attack as well.
Oh no!
And then finally, Aurora is going to come barging in, and she's going to lay the muscle down, doing her battle charge. And she's going to head for... Because I think it's thematically great, I want to see her tangle with takedown. So we'll roll.
She's got bull belt buckle.
That's right. So you kind of get a sense for for what she's about, right?
Yes. I really like their aesthetic.
Indeed.
That is a 24.
That will definitely be my dodge.
All right. Then you are going to resist 23 damage with your toughness.
Jeez. I got a 38.
No.
That's more than enough. Yeah, we have Orion Senshi is in the chat, and he knows this game way better than me. And he's like, man, I could totally beat these fools with. if I was running the Starshine shooters, it would be over. But you're not, and we appreciate you anyway. I'm looking forward to. Just a real quick plug. Ori is going to be running our next show, which is called the Cosmic Corsairs. So very much like what's happening now, thematically, actually, except I'm sure that his crew is going to be much more competent than the Starshine shooters. But I am looking forward to that quite a bit, because that's going to be basically pirates in space on the other side of the galaxy, and it's going to be pretty dope. So look for that. When our season ends, they're going to take our slot for 4 episodes on Monday nights. So look forward to that. All right, next up is Bootleg.
All right. Which one was it that was beginning to charge me last turn?
That was Aurora, the one that just
right.
attacked Takedown.
Okay. I am going to go punch Aurora with my borrowed strength and some speed, but it's mostly strength and durability. So we will have a +4.
+4 what?
That is a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that will definitely hit. Yep.
The D20 turned on me some. And temporarily, I am at +13 damage total. So she'll have to resist a 23.
Okay.
I am momentarily exceeding campaign guidelines. We'll see if it helps any.
Uh, 26. What did you say your roll was?
I said my roll was a 497.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, not the roll.
I know. The difficulty was a 23, so she is fine.
Okay.
But Takedown will kind of run up and shoulder check, just like battering ram into her to try and draw her attention off the temporarily blinded teammate.
Alrighty. Next up is Guixin.
All right, so movement, I'm going to elevate myself. What is the dimensions of this area we're in? Is there room to fly up?
No, not at all.
Oh well. So I'll just be hovering, I guess. So in that case, then what we're going to do here is we're going to do I think I can do a multi-attack now. So is that something I can do? Yes. So I am going to put one hand at, I believe it was Stinger that had the, that got us. and Sunspark. So green and red, those are my targets. And I am going to send a blast their way. So, let's do that. So 10, I think that's right.
You're at -2, don't forget.
No, so subtract 2 from that. I totally whiffed that one.
That looks like a 1, sir.
Yes,
Nat
that
run.
is exactly what that is.
So instead of pow, it's wop wop.
Yeah.
Yeah, moving on. Take down. Oh no, not take down. Captain
there was
Light
a-
Swan.
There was a second attack simultaneously.
Do you roll the 2 attacks? Was that what was happening, or do you just take the one? I'll let you do it. Go ahead and do it. Subtract -2 from that, right?
-2, so that was a 22.
Which one was this against?
The first one was against the green Stinger, and the second one was against red
Sunspark.
So 22 to hit Sunspark.
All right, you hit Sunspark.
All right, so that's a DC 25, and I believe she's already down 2. So whatever that means.
All right, so she's going to resist with. I really should put macros in here, but I just didn't get around to it today. 11. That's gonna be 2 levels of success, which I believe is gonna push her. Nope, that's not gonna push her. Just gonna give her another -1. So now she's at -3.
Okay.
And they're not able to move this round. They're not able to move and attack. That is, so no more charging. But you got them in a pretty good position. But now Sunspark. Sunspark is going to. She's going to do her Flame Falling Star again against the lot of you, since the first one didn't seem to have much effect. She's just going to turn it up. She's going to actually use some extra effort to bump up her power effect by 1. So you guys are all going to resist. Let's see, what was it? 23.
Is this a selective
Toughness.
AoE? Because some of us are in melee right now.
Yes. You are correct. You're in melee with Aurora. Yeah, their powers don't work on each other, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Perfect.
Can't hurt to check.
21 and a natural 1. Does natural 1 do anything in this game?
I don't think so. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think so.
Whew.
That's an 18 for me.
All right, so takedown and bootleg. You are both going to. That's only 1 level for you each, so it's not a huge deal. Actually, no. For bootleg, that's 2. So you're both going to take a -1 to all future tasks, and then bootleg, you're down to a standard action each turn.
Gotcha.
Next up is Breaker. She is going to do her Hunter's Bow again. And this time, well, yeah, she'll take another shot at takedown.
Bring it, woman.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Let's see if we can get the dice to do what we want.
It's
Not
been
really.
rotten.
But 19. Does that hit your dodge?
Nope, my dodge is 20.
Weak sauce.
20.
Stinger is going to move into close. No, she can't. She's staggered, so she's not going to move into close combat. She's going to do glamorous scorpion stings. It's a multi-attack, so she's going to attack Takedown and Guixin both.
Yikes. I prefer not to get hit.
And what happened? That's not what I wanted.
Device.
Yeah, this 17 on takedown. I don't think that will hit. And a 14 on Guishin. Will that hit
That
yet?
is also not a hit. No, sir.
Ooh! Aurora, bring it on home. Salvage this operation for us, please. She's going to just pound takedown with all of her might. She has grabbed her belt buckle, and she's starting to pummel you with her belt buckle.
Wow. That's amazing.
What?
I love it.
We're gonna give her.
Bullwhip.
It's an improvised weapon. So oh, come on, man! She doesn't hit.
No, way too fast for her.
All right. Next up, Bootleg.
Okay, I will give her another Rock'em Sock'em Robot Punch, and maybe I will roll better than like a 5.
Alrighty. That'll do it.
So yeah, 32 is normally probably pretty okay. And 1 second. I have improved critical unarmed. I only bought it once. Damnation. Should have bought it extra times. Oh well. So no critical, even with the pretty solid roll. So she has damage to 23 right now.
All right. She'll take another one. Not nearly enough to do much, but she will take another one. At this point, you notice them sort of start to disengage from combat a little bit and move a little bit. Like maybe put their hands up, and maybe they don't want to fight so much. It's Guishin's turn.
All right, so yeah, since everything seemed to have gone our way, he's pretty chill about the whole thing. It's been kind of fun, interesting. So Guishin is going to shoot down the hall just a little ways ahead, and just kind of like keep 2 hands out so that they know that he's still ready to send a few zingers their way if necessary, but he is going to wait and say, and look up to Mr. Leg.
That's Captain Leg. While we're
To
in
Captain,
space.
I'm sorry, Captain Leg, for further instructions, because I'm a little outside of my element, a lot outside of my.
So are we dropping from combat speed for the moment, or at least enough to like talk?
I'll put initiative on hold while we talk, but we're not dropping out of it quite yet.
Yeah, he'll just be like, stay charged up. Take him down if we need to. You lot, drop your weapons, put your hands up. Just leave us alone.
Yeah, so they drop their weapons, and they all kind of back up towards their ship.
Mostly they are their weapons.
Make a perception check real quick.
Will do.
Whoa!
No, just kidding. I'll roll a 2018.
You become universally aware. You're all of a sudden aware of every movement on every planet.
There we go. I have to settle for a 34. Which is normally not a very disappointing result. But after that heartbeat of complete omniscience, I feel like that 34 is a little lacking.
You reached enlightenment for just a moment.
Bootleg, you notice something. It seems pretty innocuous, but they all seem to be like reaching for each other, like they're scared, right? Like they're like holding hands or something like that. So you're the only one who gets the heads up when a bright light starts shining from their hands, and they reemerge as a giant woman of light. And
They just Voltron.
they kind of just Voltroned up, and now it is Guishin's turn.
Oh, damn it.
So that is unfortunate, and he says that out loud. That is unfortunate. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and just... Yeah, obviously that is bad and probably can spank the hell out of us. So he is going to push all of his energy into a forward line attack and try to just get them knocked down, out of the way, something. So here we go.
You will never defeat the power of Starshine!
Is there a sweet, like, electric guitar riff in the background when they say that?
Wow!
Because I'm just saying,
And
it feels like
they do a
there should
little
be.
semi-dab, like, Starshine! Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh! That's a miss! Hey, Miss Starshine, you want to take a swing? Why, yes, I do! Here we go. She's going to do her Starshine shooter. And she's gonna take down with a there we go. I've hit my groove. That's a natural 20 and a 35. Tell me, does that knock you out?
Don't I get to roll toughness? Maybe
Yes,
could I do a thing?
toughness.
Yeah, hold on, let's find out.
You don't get to just crow about the hit roll and then declare somebody unconscious.
I don't. Yeah, so you take 3 levels from that.
Can I use a power level to try to steal your fun?
Can you? What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Yeah.
Hero point?
I want to
Hero
re-roll
point,
that.
yeah.
I want to re-roll that.
Yeah, you can re-roll that.
Stealing
How
a douche fun
terrible!
I am.
But guess what? You're still gonna take a -1 on all your stuff from now on because I got a nat 20.
That's fine, but look at those valuable Twitch.
That was pretty great. Good
friends.
job. Good job,
Somebody
Twitch.
gave me that, I think, last session. Thanks, Twitch.
All right, next up is Takedown.
I wasn't ready for that part. Okay. So
Revenge is a dish best served now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna zip over there as fast as I can, try to get behind her and punch this odd mixture of. Can you describe to me again, what they look like? How are they now multiple colors, like a rainbow?
Yeah,
human?
so Starshine is basically a woman who is now, she's probably about 15 feet tall, about to the top of the area that you're in. And she's got rainbow colored hair, she's got a rainbow skirt, she's got rainbow boots, but all the rest of her is beaming light except for she's got these gauntlets that are one's blue and one's green.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can.
You can't decide if she's more badass or beautiful.
Oh, that's fair. And she's shining with all the light.
I think actually I have not that it's a problem, but I think I'm leaning towards having badass women in this show. So I just realized that all the gals in the show are pretty damn cool.
But you decided on that now. All right.
You guys can play ball apparently. No, that's baked into the Optiverse.
Unarmed attack for 27.
Let me see.
DC 25.
Yep, that will hit. Let's see if we can avoid any damage. She does take a little bit. You punched her in the face, and it hurt a little bit. And next up is we're going back to Bootleg.
All right. Since they did some crazy making a Voltron form out of hard light, like Green Lantern super mega teamwork shenanigans, I'm going to come back at him with some super mega teamwork shenanigans.
Don't let anyone tell you Mr. Leg ain't creative.
Captain Leg, god damn it. I'm going to go ahead and do an extra effort to get an extra standard action this turn. And I'm going to melee the giant lady made of light with the full whammy of a power attack behind it. That I've also stolen power attack borrowed power attack from Magnitude. My extra action is going to be using my Inspire feat. And he's going to holler, don't hold back. Hit him with everything you got. And I'm going to spend a hero point. And all my teammates get +5s on their rolls until the next
my goodness. Look at that.
So we're going heavy.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Okay.
I don't believe, I'm not sure, does Inspire help me?
No, I would say not.
Yeah, I think it's just others. Kind of a bard thing going on. That's fine though. So, give me 1 sec. My attack roll. That will be a 22 against the giant lady's parry.
Yes, the giant lady is
25.
Is hit. Yep.
Excellent. And because I power attacked, that is damage 18. So they got to resist a 28.
24, but -1. So she takes 2 levels. Nope, just 1 level. I think it's 1 level.
I made it by 5, right?
Yeah, but it's 1 to 5. Yeah, it's a little bit odd. But she does take another one, so you're making it a little bit easier to get her next time.
Alrighty. And then you guys are all at +5s.
Guishin, you're up next.
Aye, Captain. Boom. Got her.
Yes, you did.
Yes. Yes.
DC 25. Boom!
Oh.
She's having none of your quantum bullshit. But she is going to turn around and you know what? She's gonna keep laying this smackdown on takedown, because if she feels like she can win this one, she is going to, let's see, what can I do with a hero point or an extra effort? She's gonna bump up her attack power. She's gonna do her Starshine Shooter against takedown. That's a 29. I'm fairly confident that's gonna hit.
Yeah,
so because she bumped up the power just a little bit, you're gonna take 31.
You get a +5 to this check.
Do I? Okay, and I also remembered that I have regeneration, so at least one of my wounds would have healed by now.
There you go.
Yes.
It's a +5 circumstance bonus on all checks. So that's basically everything you roll dice for.
Oh,
27.
Did you already add in the +5?
I think it added it in correct, which I had a -1 from, I think, my wounds, so I got, +4. Yep.
All right, so you take another -1, and that's it.
All right.
Maybe I should go after somebody else.
No, it's fine. I regenerate my health every round.
I
so
shouldn't
I'm
go
not
after
as
the
wounded as you
person
think.
designed to take all the hits.
All right, that's
This
fair.
evil villain should know
Catch
better.
me if you can.
Takedown, your go. Can't hear you if you're talking, though.
Sorry. Does my regeneration trigger at the top of the round, or is it whenever it comes back to my turn?
I'm going to say turn, because it doesn't matter.
Cool. All right. So one of my wounds goes away as I spit out a few teeth and then grow them. Smile as I grow them back. I'll,
Damn.
make to attack again with the. I'm gonna sweep the legs.
You
Got
hit.
any fancy trick? Oh, never mind. All right.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Oh!
I didn't do the +5.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you got power attack or anything, now's the time.
Oh, that's a good point. What? I got a 24, which she matched it. So.
Yeah. So, but she's actually at a -2, so hers is 22. So you're gonna hit her again. I mean, she's not she's not staggered or going down or anything, but you're whittling her down a little bit. Next up is Bootleg again.
All right. After that round, I am hindered, which I can only move at half speed, but it feels like we're all still pretty much in like melee range, or at least certainly within half range, because I was punching her last time and I don't think she moved away. So I am just going to give her another punch, continuing to follow my own advice. I will power attack. So I hit as hard as I can, but also I hit a period instead of a slash. There we go. That's a 23.
That will hit.
All right, and then they've got to resist a 28.
And that is easily done. Starshine sloughs off your attack as if it hadn't happened. And then we'll move on to Guishin.
Okay, I'm going to turn around and fly deeper into the ship.
Okay, you got it.
And what do I find? What's going on? We're going to start cruising around their ship. I mean...
So as you take your first turn, it looks like the doors to the various rooms are color-coded so you can see which member of the Starshine Shooters has their quarters there. You do not see Captain Lightswan's, but you do see the other members. You do see green door, red door, pink door, and orange door as you're headed towards what looks like to be the mess hall.
Well, I know better than to mess with the lady's stuff, so we're going to keep looking for something like a bridge or some sort of engine room or any sort of deal like that.
If you want to use a hero point, you might be able to find it. Otherwise, we're going to make a roll and leave it up to luck.
Well, I'm also rather lucky, so let's do. Let's see what you give me if I make a good roll on investigation, maybe perception.
Sure, whatever. Roll a perception check, and we'll see. If you get high enough, you'll just see you catch something in the corner of your eye.
All right. Well, 24. That's okay.
All right, we'll do this. I will roll a 1d50. And if I beat you, then you don't find it, and if you beat me, then you do. How about that?
Heads or tails? Okay. Well, I like that.
I beat you, so you don't find it. But again, the hero point is always an option if you want to find it right now.
I will, I feel like I will wait a turn and use it next turn, just a little passage of time.
Okay. Starshine is now frustrated, and so she looks like she is absorbing power and looks like she's going to release it into some devastating effect. So she is going to use extra effort to bump up her circumstance bonus. She's drawing light from all around, and she's going to boost a penalty at +5. So here we go. She's going to bump the damage, but this is going to hit everybody around, which is bootleg and takedown.
Yep.
21.
Against what?
I'm sorry. This is going to be. Nope. You don't get to resist. It's just an AOE. Sorry about that. So yeah, the result is going to be going against a 35.
Dope. That's a 29. Best I can manage.
All right, takedown. Is that a 20? Is that the end result?
Indeed, it is a 20.
All right,
so you have your 5, right? For bootleg?
No, it only lasted for a turn.
Right,
so you're taking
then,
3 levels. You are dazed and hindered, and you take a -1. Rusty, you're taking just staggered and a -1.
That's probably a good time for me to ask how many levels I have.
You just keep losing +1s until...
just till you're out of dice, essentially? Yeah.
Or
eventually...
until you roll poorly enough to get knocked out.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
All right, so... this is funny. Guishin,
yes.
You turn the corner, and unexpectedly, I mean really, really unexpectedly, you run into... well... You would run into him, but he's not at his desk anymore. It's Silhouette.
he's going to the ship.
Yeah. But since it's not your turn,
I'm so sorry. This entire combat, I was like, I got time to just go and take care of that.
I waited for you. I made you sit here for an hour while I didn't talk to you, and then I waited for you to leave, and then I was like, oh, there you are. If you get staggered twice, you're knocked. That's right. If you get 3 levels, twice you get knocked out. But yeah, you turn the corner, Guishin, and Silhouette is confronting you, looking like he just got caught. But we'll deal with that in a second, because right now it is Bootleg.
Yeah, he will.
No, I'm sorry, it's Takedown. I skipped Takedown's turn.
Whatever, screw you.
Yeah.
Wow! I want to play, all right, Mr. Bootleg. All right, so
Captain Leg.
Captain. No one's respecting your captainess. Come on. Okay. Heal another wound. So whatever this all lady birds I just got was start to like grow back, but they're still quite rough. So let's see. So I think I yell at Mr. Captain Bootleg, like, what do we do?
Bootleg looks like he certainly plans on just still hitting them more.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to do... This is probably a bad decision, but I like bad decisions. I'm going to try it all out attack.
Okay.
I believe I take a -2 to my defenses and get a +2 essentially to my attack.
Yep, all-out attack is a +1 or +2 to your attack and a -1 or -2 to your defense.
Okay, so I'll do a -2 to my defense, and it gives my attack a +2.
Mm-hmm.
Help cancel out some of those penalties I've got going on.
Now, a power attack, if you wanted to increase the damage, that would take a -1 or 2 away from your attack, and then add a +1 or 2 to the damage.
The damage?
Yeah, like I don't think
I guess
hitting
I
has been our major issue.
Yeah, I haven't had a problem with hitting heavy. All right, fair enough. Then yes, I will take a note from Mr. Bootleg, and do a power attack. So I take a -2 to my actual attack. Okay, I gotcha. Well, the only problem with that, I think, is... So the reason I was picking the all-out attack is because I have a -3 right now, so that'll put me at -5.
Well,
So
you do you. That's fine.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna do the all-out attack, because I'm trying to offset my penalties.
Your defense is actually... I mean, you could probably stand to have that happen. So.
I think so. So I'm gonna swing for the fences. Get a 23.
That'll hit.
All right, I'm trying to move around, kind of a hider thematically, in order to get her to the side.
But even with a -3, she is not having it.
I found the pink side, didn't I?
What do you have a -3 from?
Wounds.
I have a -3 to wounds.
Those are penalties to resistance checks against damage.
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
what I was
penalties
just...
on your actual attack.
I was talking about. Oh, I was talking about Starshine. She has a -3.
Right. Well, I'm not talking to you right now, Chad. Captain Leg is discussing something with a member of his crew. Yeah, the minuses that we've been getting, they're only penalties on further damage resistance checks. So yeah, there's not penalties on attack rolls or anything.
This is what I get for playing Shadowrun so much.
Yes, that is a Shadowrun effect, but yeah, only on damage. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. I think 24 still wouldn't have hit, so even with a...
All right, Mr. Leg.
Captain
You're
Leg.
not my captain.
I feel like we've been really clear about this, Jay. Yeah, I'm just going to hit them really hard again, trying to get in as much damage as I can while I'm running on the temporarily borrowed high-power metabolism, because I know the crash is coming.
Cool.
So that's another power attack. That's a 22 to hit.
That'll hit. What am I resisting?
And they need to resist a 28 again.
Oh, you got her. One more down. She's at -4. Whittling her down. Guishin, you have run smack dab into Silhouette. Silhouette, give me a initiative just in case.
Okay, and when you say you ran right dab into him, is Silhouette not in his shadow form?
He is in his shadow form.
So it would just be like on the floor, like a shadow, or on the wall.
Yeah, but Guishin recognizes that because he's seen it at least 2 or 3 times since.
It's like the spookiest shadow on the ship, and I've seen spooky shadows before.
He saw it before when Silhouette took La Llorona away from the cave, and he saw it again when he took Dire Girl in the alley.
And also, you probably were in the middle of doing something, so I got you. I don't know.
I believe right now he's just skulking around looking like a cartoon bandit on the wall with one eye.
Exactly. like a cartoon bandit shadow, you know?
He just freezes there, and when it's going to be his turn, he's just going to go back into a corner like it's slippery shadows, I guess. But right now, he's right in front of you. Frozen.
So, Spooky Shadow?
No?
What?
I knew it was you! If you hadn't said anything.
All right.
If you hadn't said anything, I
Guishin,
wouldn't have known.
are you taking any actions?
I'm surprised to see or not see, or what the case may be, a silhouette. So I'm not necessarily taking any actions except to speak and say, "Hey, what are you doing here?"
We just lost someone.
And hey,
Yeah, Rusty seems.
Rusty went bye-bye, but that's all right. It's not Rusty's turn. It's your turn. So
my turn.
Yeah.
So Guishin said, "Hey, what are you doing here?"
Sue is gonna go. Well, I heard you guys might be in a little bit of trouble, as you.
Oh, news travels fast.
I traveled fast.
Oh yeah. Well, all right. Did you happen to pass by the cockpit or bridge or whatever they call it on this truck ship?
I don't know much about spaceships, so I couldn't tell. To be honest, I just got.
All
Okay.
right. Starshine is gonna punch takedown one more time. Ready for this? 23. I believe that'll hit.
It will indeed.
Resist 30 damage.
Yeah, I don't think it's 17's gonna work.
Takedown. You just got taken down. You are out.
No.
Next up, it is. Well, it's Bootleg again.
On the topic of damage, we were just reminded in chat, I should have been doing 5 more damage with every single of these attacks. I'm used to adding 10 instead of 15 because I do afflictions, not damage normally.
Okay.
So your call if you want to retroactively say that they're at a minus a little bit more.
If I did that last one, she would just have been dazed. She still would have taken the -1, so it wouldn't have made a difference. So I'm not gonna go back too much further.
The difficulty that I said to roll at, it's just I'm used to doing 10 plus effect for afflictions.
Right.
Not, like these are my first actual damage rolls.
I see.
So,
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah, they should have been resisting 33s, not 28s. I said my bad.
Gotcha.
That said, yeah, I'm feeling kind of salty. Like I know takedown's gonna be okay, but I'm pretty mad right now. So yeah, he's just gonna like jump up and do another big full 5-point power attack, trying to continue wearing down this magical girl sailor light Voltron Force She-Ra that we fight ourselves fighting.
That's pretty awesome when you put it that way.
It is.
What do you get when you combine Captain Planet, Voltron, and She-Ra? That'll hit.
And yes, they have to resist a 33, not a 28.
All right, let's see. Taking my -4s into account already. Oh, snap!
Oh, wow.
There we go. That's more
so
like
let's see,
it.
33. That will be 3 levels. So she is now dazed and hindered, and she gets another -1. You're wearing her down for sure. All right, Guishin and Silhouette, have some more of your dialogue in the hallway.
So I look at the shadows and I say, well, they're that way. They're fighting the Lady of Light. So go you, and I'm gonna go this way. And then as I turn, and the hero point gets expended, I realize that that's the bridge right there. Just a quick door. It's got a symbol on it that has like a steering wheel, like a helm on a pirate ship.
Yeah.
Actually, just there it is, stamped on the door. So
And it's got like a skull stick shift.
So I'm gonna pop right on in there and presume that Silhouette's gonna go help Captain Leg and take down.
Wait, what? They're fighting and you're not going to... A lady of... Oh, no. And he makes slowly his ways to the corridor where he hears the fighting, and he's going to poke his shadowy head around the corner and see. He's going to see the bright lady. He's like, no. And he's going to go back. Oh, like, okay. Remember what you got to do, Silhouette.
Make a perception check, Silhouette.
I love how our actual teammate flies away, and he's like, I assume Silhouette, this presumed supervillain, will go help the team in the fight.
Yeah.
I got it. Good 12.
As you're looking around, which you had been doing before Guishin came up on you, you look towards the hallway, you see the bright lady, you think to yourself, nah. You look around to the other direction, and something glimpses what you were looking for. You take a gander. I'm not gonna spoil it, but the object you were looking for, you happen to see.
Well, he's going to make his way closer to the object of his quest, and letting them deal with the bright lady. Doesn't want anything to do with her. So, yeah.
So Silhouette creeps over towards what looks to be some sort of trophy room, and shadowy tendrils wrap themselves around what looks to be a medallion of a black dragon of some sorts. And then we'll go back to Starshine, as now one threat is dealt with, and she's going to try to put the beat down on Captain Boot.
Captain Leg,
Yeah,
you
I know.
churlish cur.
22, is that going to hit you?
What does she do? Like, what's my defense here? Sorry.
Sorry, she's going to be just hitting you with her glowing fists.
My parry is currently an 11. So, she needed a 21. Yeah.
All right. So you are going to...
Unless, can I spend a hero point to increase defenses? Because I just earned a hero point.
I don't think that is... You can... No, I don't see that on the hero point deal.
Yeah, I think I can use it to improve the roll on like a defense.
Yeah.
But not to just get missed.
Yeah.
All right, then. So they hit.
So
and
you're going to
I
resist 30.
Okay. I have a currently at plus 11, but as far as I've got a plus 7. Well, let's roll and see, because you can do hero points after the fact, as I recall.
Let's go super low. I want to take you down.
Or
if you don't mind.
You could not.
So that is a 21.
That's going to be 2 levels, unless you want to re-roll. But the re-roll is 50-50 for you at this point, whether it would do anything, because it would only really kick in if it was above 10, and you already got above 10.
What was the total DC?
30.
So I would need to get it to like a... Yeah, I don't have very good odds of improving this degree. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to suck up another minus.
Another -1, and you were already dazed, if I'm not mistaken, so you'll continue to be dazed.
Yeah, and I am at a total of -5 now on these resistance checks.
Okay. Guishin, you are in the cockpit. It smells like, well, it smells like farts, and there's empty bottles of, well, you don't know what it is, but it looks like some sort of large drink.
Well, ladies got to do that too. So I'm going to go ahead and the first thing I'm going to do, so my plan here is to uncouple the array duct and then set this ship on a course to a hard landing, perhaps in Australia. I choose Australia because that's just, you know, when you want to land somewhere out of the way of everything, it's Australia.
So, why don't you tell me what sciencey type degree you have that you can, what skills do you have that would be relevant here?
So, I presume that in order to uncouple our ship, that is going to be a technology roll. And I don't have any skill in technology.
Yikes.
So, so that's just, I figured it's just going to be tough.
You can't make that roll.
You can't make that roll?
I don't think you can make technology roll if you don't have technology.
Okay. So then I'm going to just randomly flip all the switches.
Whoa! Now
push all the buttons.
Now that's a winner right there. I enjoy what you just did. So I can work with that.
That's what's going to happen. But I do have, I'm very lucky. And luck normally gets used as a hero point to re-roll rolls. I wonder if I could engage a point to make whatever the result is be at least partially beneficial or mostly beneficial.
Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to write down 4 possible big things that could happen, and two littler ones. And then you can make your roll, and then I will actually make 2 rolls, and then I will describe to you what happened. And just so you know, the better you roll, the better it will be. So you can make a decision on how good you want it to be. But before I tell you, you have to accept the roll.
Sounds good to me. I'm just going to hit the technology button twice, just to make that a flat roll anyway. And we'll see what happens. 10. That's pretty even. And 11. Let's do 11. I like 11. It's 2 ones. That reminds me of legs. Bootleg is the leader of our group, so I like 11.
Okay, so that's the main roll. You're going to stick with that one?
Yes.
Okay, now roll me for the more minor.
Okie doke. Here we go. And 16 is the minor.
Okay. So with the 11, both of your ships begin to flail. There's something happening with the ray duct that you're not quite understanding, but it looks like it's getting some sort of electrical discharge from the truck ship. But also the truck ship is heaving and gasping in a way that you are fairly confident, even though you don't know alien tech, you're fairly confident that both ships are in a lot of trouble. You think maybe, given your relationship with the ray duct, you might be able to get it back to normal if you can get back on. However, the unfortunate thing is that due to your second check, it was all or nothing, and it looks like everybody has been tossed and needs to resist a DC 30 to resist being completely thrown and knocked against the various parts of the ship. So everybody resist DC 30, including Starshine.
Being immaterial, does that apply to Silhouette?
No, Silhouette, you're fine, sir.
You are reaching out for that medallion.
Yeah, we're gonna hero point that.
It will be so much more fun if you don't.
And I don't have to breathe, right? I'm fine, I think.
No, it's you're being Dr. Raoul.
Oh, sorry.
Right, so that gets me a 20.
Ah.
All right. So as it stands now, Starshine wants to pull away from battle. She begins to sort of crawl towards the panel, or towards the cockpit. What's everybody else doing? We'll say that unless you want to attack, we're going to call initiative up. But if you do want to make an attack, we'll talk about that.
I'd like to just to heal until I become conscious.
Sure. That which is not quite yet.
Yeah. I'm going to grab takedown and, combat medic tactical carry with my super ninja strength. And then over the team comms, be like, Guaishin, disengage, get back in the duck.
Yeah, I don't hear that. I'm flying.
You do hear it, but you can choose to ignore it if you want. But like I said, you get the sense that things are going to go bad here pretty soon. So
yes.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, when I'm flying, my comm doesn't work.
Is that true? For some reason?
Yeah, he's got an EMP thing.
Oh. Okay. Wait, aren't you sitting down?
No, I was thinking that maybe I might be, but then
you're just standing up,
then I realized,
flying, flipping all these switches.
I realized I never said that I actually strapped down in the seat. So yeah, I'm hovering and flipping stuff because any moment Starshine lady could slam me in the back. I don't know. That's my force field.
So what are you doing? Are you headed back to the ship, or you just because you see things are going pretty bad?
Okay, so I was going to try and pilot the ship down towards Australia, but I see that I did something not cool, and so instead I am going to definitely turn around and go ahead and teleport back past to the other side of. Well, actually, no, I'm gonna come out the room and see where Silhouette is.
You don't see Silhouette.
Oh no?
No.
Okay. So he didn't go help our friends, that guy.
You don't know because you're not there yet. But you fly right out and you don't see him. You do see Starshine bracing herself and crawling fairly rapidly towards your position, but you don't see Bootleg or Takedown either.
Hey, I think there's something wrong with your ship, so we're gonna go. Is that okay? And then I just teleport back to the other side of her towards my friends to escape.
Silhouette. Where have you gone?
Well, he didn't get thrown around by the ship's shaking and all the chaos, but he certainly noticed it. So he's like, oh, I need to get back down there. So he's gonna find a dark corner and teleport into the Variant's ship.
Yeah, you definitely don't have nearly enough juice to make it anywhere near Earth. That was a one-way trip for you the first time. So yeah, you're headed back, and you're able to find a nice corner on the Variant ship, no problem.
He's gonna stay there for now, just concealed in the corner, as if he has never been there.
Okay.
Although Rusty is gonna find me in a second, but
especially when I tell him.
You're all on the Rayduck, and the truck ship disengages. And you can see it sort of not righting itself. It's not actually headed towards Earth. It's sort of spinning out into space.
Do we, in this moment of tension and drama, is there still a hole on the side of our ship?
Yes.
Or is that sealed up? Okay.
No, it's not sealed up. There is a hole. You all have your gear on, so you're not suffering the ill effects of empty space. But it is very cold, and the loss of pressure is obviously affecting the Rayduck.
Okay,
Just want to give a shout out to the Twitch. Hey, all the new people, thank you so much for being here. I see a lot of Optiverse players joining us, which makes me very, very, very happy. So good on you guys, and thanks for rooting for us. So what's going on?
All right. I am going to scramble for the cockpit. I am going to drop the borrowed powers that I have, and I'm going to pour all of that genetic anomaly energy into Guaishin, and hope that I give him enough extra points for his quantum field protection that he can creatively use it to plug the hole in the side of the ship.
Awesome.
And I'm gonna holler that as I'm running scrambling for the cockpit to do something ineffectual at the controls, and he's just pouring a whole nother mutant's worth of power into Guaixin, and he's gonna like do that slow motion second of eye contact on the way past, like serious glare, and be just like, fix the hole in the ship, you got this, and then like grab him on the shoulder as I use him to like float past in 0G, so that the hand pat also turns into like making my way towards the cockpit.
So make a perception check, please. Guixin, were you headed towards the cockpit? Or
I was not. I was
Bootleg?
actually headed to the hole. I had my own idea, which then I think will dovetail very nicely into Mr. Captain Leg's idea.
Okay.
All right, that's a 19 on that perception test.
Okay, I'm going to ignore the natural one.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. You notice... You immediately notice as you're walking back, or floating back, the presence of Silhouette.
Oh man.
Cool.
Not that he notices because he sees you. He notices because his power is passive. Right, his power is passive, and he recognizes your aura.
I've got the low-key version on basically all the time.
I know.
He will not comment on it just yet. He's gonna wait till he gets to the cockpit and until we like fall out of our spinning dive and all the drama is done for the moment.
Okay. At the moment, the Ray Duck is now plummeting towards Earth.
Okay, well, I am going to use the additional power that was given to me. So I have, I can't do Quantum Blast when I'm doing it, but I can kind of change that to a sort of manipulation field that can move and lift up to 25 tons.
Okay.
And I could even hurl that about. So I was thinking about kind of shaping that, and then in addition with the idea of the quantum field, force field, kind of shaping a sort of plug for the holes to keep and to just kind of right us a little bit and use that in concert with Bootleg's flying of the ship to kind of get us situated and get the holes plugged.
It's 30 character points to play with, and in the fluff he already kind of does some TK and some force field stuff, so that was my hope.
Okay. I'm gonna call this a tough challenge, mitigated by a -5 for the coldness and the stress. But otherwise, make the roll as you see fit.
All right. Well, then I will.
Can I make an effort as like a teamwork aid action type of thing?
Didn't you just say that you went past him to the cockpit?
Yeah, but like after telling him what to do, it's there.
Sure.
Your call. It's your call. I've got the teamwork thing.
Yes, that's.
Feel free to set a fairly high DC.
Okay, that's fair. I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's challenging since you've already boosted him up, and you're headed toward a different direction, and it's high stress. But
in my mind, I was picturing it's kind of a persuasion check in a you can do it type of way, and then I've got the teamwork advantage that gives me a bonus on it. So I'm like, hey, it's worth a shot.
Yeah, go ahead.
That brief moment of belief in my feckless teammate.
So you needed a 20.
Okay, I don't think that's going to be difficult to get. What is the bonus that you would be giving with the teamwork?
Geez.
Oh, that's his.
Well, I got the 20. I rolled twice as well on that D20 than the last one.
Okay.
I believe aid another defaults to a +2.
Okay, so you got +2. +2, -5, and you're aiming for a tough challenge.
Okay, here we go. And -5, got it. So, oops, that's initiative. Ha! Ha! 22!
All right, the Ray Duck is shielded. The problem is you are not going to be able to concentrate on anything else as long as you're doing this. So Takedown, Chameleon, Magnitude are all knocked out. They're all secured. Guishin is focused on keeping the door, or keeping that the space from I don't know, spacing. Silhouette, what are you doing? Actually, Silhouette, because Guishin, his powers are invisible, and because you can see outside of the ray duct, give me a perception check.
All right. That's a big old 7.
All right. Yeah, with a 7, you don't notice a damn thing other than
Space.
Stuff's just getting real. So what are you doing, if anything? You're still.
Right now, I'm just gonna lurk in the corner. Still lurk in the corner because there's not much he can do to L.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, he's gonna wait until there's something he knows he can do to help someone.
Okay, that's fair. Bootleg.
Right. I am going to make do with the low-key copied skills because I've gone through and just everybody that we're around long-term, whatever their high skills are, I tend to pick up at onesie-twosies.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I've got to try and use.
So go ahead and roll a piloting check with a +2.
Yeah, I've got vehicles at +2. I believe that's a dex linked, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
So that is a 23.
All right. So, since you're not an astronaut and you're not trained for this, I'm calling this a heroic feat, which means that while you might be able to fly this thing under normal circumstances, this is not normal circumstances, and you're already in some sort of damaged ray duct freefall. Your roll there is not able to pull things out, and it does look like the ship has entered the atmosphere, headed towards, we're going to say it's headed towards...
Australia.
Yeah, because Guishin was kind of had it in for Australia. We're say you're heading towards Australia, and the ship has entered the atmosphere and is starting to shake apart. Because no matter what you do at this point, the ray duct does not seem to be responding to your thoughts anymore, and it's become rigid and it is breaking apart. Silhouette, you are aware that your powers might be enough to keep the ray duct from falling apart. If you were to extend it to the shadow parts and try to hold them together in that way, you might be able to help.
Tendrils to just hold it together.
Yeah.
I think that's what Silhouette is going to try to do.
Okay, so go ahead and make that roll.
All right, I was thinking about using an hero point, but...
if you want to use a hero point, I'll give it to you for free.
There you go.
Okay. So with your hero point, you reach out with your tendrils, and you are able to grab all the shadowy parts of the ship and basically just pull them back together, pull them back into place. Bootleg, make me another piloting roll, please.
And since he's doing that...
That is a 10. I'm going to go ahead and use my other hero point, fueled by my sense of responsibility for the future of genetic anomaly kind, and the fact that I got the team handed to me like 6.5 minutes ago. He is not content with a fire.
Right.
So that'll be a 19 instead.
That's much better, it's getting a little bit more stability because of what Silhouette is doing and because of what Guishin is doing. So, but it's still not responding in that mental way that it was before.
Yeah. And over the comms, you guys can hear him just going like, "You're all right, girl. Hang in there. Hang together. Come on, girl. You got this. You're all right. You're all right."
Takedown.
No idea that his comms are live.
Takedown. You're starting to come around. Last thing you knew, you were fighting Starshine, and now you are strapped in and plummeting towards Australia with what looks like an open door in the back. If you want to just stay strapped in, that's fine. I don't know. I'm not sure
Yeah,
what you
no, I
can do.
think I'm gonna stay sharp. I can't think of what takedown would do in this zone. Nothing really to punch. So
If you jump out and then dive down, land before us, you could catch us.
I don't think my vertical leap is that strong, and magnitude's the strong one. So throw her out the door.
So at this point, while it looks like things are relatively stable, it does not look like you have any control over the ship, and an uncontrolled fall into Australia is going to not just kill you, vaporize you, but it's going to do a number on Australia as well.
We are in the atmosphere now.
But yes, you've entered the atmosphere. You're plummeting pretty fast. Silhouette, go ahead.
At a glance, do we have a combat round or two?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to steal Takedown's powers. Because it's not like regen's going to come in handy anytime soon.
You're going to need it if you crash into Australia.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it to do that.
Yeah, but my hope is that we will avoid that instead. Takedown is conscious again, so I guess she has to make the resistance rolls here. But it'll be unless you want to let it happen, but like you feel that vertigo of powers being stolen.
I was about to say that I wouldn't let it happen because I might want that regen, but then I remember I'm fearless, so there's everything's fine.
Nothing's gonna go wrong.
Nothing. Yeah, I will trust on Allah, so I will give you my powers.
All right, I give the ship 30 character points of genetic anomaly power to temporarily boost its stats.
Okay.
Oh.
Because it is triggered as a genetic anomaly before. And in the fluff, I just stole a bunch of speed and regeneration from somebody. So maybe that energy sounds really good to the ship right now. It can technically spend the points however it wants to. But I feel like, in the lore, there's hopefully some cool synchronization there to try and jumpstart the old engine and help the ship recover from whatever it's going through.
And in the meantime, since we're not worried about space anymore, I'm not trying to cover the hole to keep space and us apart. I'm going to fly out of the ship and then try to grab it and try to control its descent.
Make a perception check. Silhouette, you as well.
All right.
Okay,
17.
Guishin, you don't notice anything because you're focused on trying to help the ship. Silhouette, you notice that the trinket is now it's reacting in the way that you thought it would, but you thought you'd have more time to do this on your own timetable, but now that it's come down to it, your plan is falling apart, and you are going to have to make a decision pretty quickly, because when that happened, you looked around and you see the object that you were trying to summon following close behind you.
Okay. Well,
It's a T-Rex.
we didn't discuss that very in detail, so I'm not quite sure what my options are now.
You were told to get a host, but you were not able to do that because everything kind of went to crap.
Yeah.
So you have to decide: are you going to decide to reject what you were sent to do, or are you going to pick one of your fellow anomalies and basically sacrifice them for whatever that means, or are you going to do it yourself?
That's a tough question. Right now, he's more focused on trying to save the people around.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't know them that much, but and he had a job to do, but that's a pretty bad situation they're all in. So he's gonna try to ignore it for now, whatever the consequences of that act may be.
Awesome.
And he's gonna focus on his plan B. The ship is hurling down there, and he's gonna try and find the shadows it's gonna create and see if he can prepare to open a giant portal. So they don't smash into the city, but they smash into their own shadow and maybe teleport somewhere else and land a little bit more soft.
So here's what happens. The die has been cast. Guishin, you're looking at it from the outside, and immediately once you start trying to help the ship, you are overwhelmed with a feeling of cold and confusion and darkness. On the inside, the ship seems to start reacting once Bootleg gives its extra boost, and instead of the yellow ducky that it once was, it transforms into a sort of a longer, sharper black version of that. No fun ducky stuff. No anything of comfort on the inside. In fact, you are all tossed on your butts with no seatbelts anymore because it seems the ship doesn't care any longer about making you comfortable. It's now reacting to something else. Silhouette, you are aware that there is a physical connection now between the trinket that you have and the ship, and they are now feeding off of each other. And while you seem like you are able to hold things together and you have your portal opened up, it's at that very moment that you feel yourself get swallowed up and the trinket takes over your body. And if it's possible, there is a deeper shadow, a colder shadow, a darker shadow than even what you've experienced before, and you are overwhelmed by it as the ship crashes into your portal. Where does your portal end up?
He has he can basically dictate with general. He doesn't have to see the place where he's teleporting in order to know it. He can give a general idea.
Yeah,
it's accurate. That's the thing. Yeah.
Okay, so you have accurately teleported the entire ship, going at 5,000 miles an hour. Where is it going to?
It's going in the middle of the woods somewhere lost, and it changes velocity because that's also part of his teleportation power.
That's key.
So it's also gonna stop. Well, not stop. It's gonna teleport in the shadow of a forest and just kind of land there semi-softly because it's still being dropped from shadows.
Okay. There's a doggo. That's cute. So the next thing you all remember is waking back up inside the Rayduck. It is back to its normal self. It's yellow and relatively happy, and you're all in seats again. But you've all been knocked out. The impact, such as it was, going from however fast you were going to not, was too much for you, and you all kind of passed out briefly. You are in some sort of forest. It's night outside. The moon is nowhere to be seen. You have no idea where you are. Silhouette, you were not knocked out, but you have been peeled away from the ship, and you feel very not like yourself. You feel very dark. You feel very emotionless. You feel extraordinarily powerful. What's going on the inside of the ship?
Not there. So.
Bootleg will be checking on injured and unconscious teammates, starting with Chameleon, physically the frailest of us.
Actually, right now, Magnitude looks really, really bad. She's skinny in a way that maybe you didn't. Maybe you knew that that's how her powers worked, but you've never seen it in action. And she's looking really, really bad. Like she needs to eat. She is conscious,
like
though.
emaciated.
Yes, emaciated.
Well, and for the record, whenever I'm knocked out, borrowed powers go back to people.
Okay.
But yeah, he'll start with those two. He's less concerned with takedown because he knows that she got her powers back and she either died or didn't. And if she didn't die outright, she'll be okay in a minute. But yeah, so he'll be checking, kind of, crawling and stumbling and holding his aching head, and checking on Chameleon and Magnitude, and just seeing how they're doing.
Chameleon seems fine. Magnitude seems fine as well, except she obviously needs to eat. What's Takedown up to? You feel fully healed, by the way. Your regeneration is kicked in. You're feeling physically fine.
Is Guaishin here?
Actually, no. Guishin, you were not in the ship when it went through the portal, so I'm going to say that you are somewhere near Australia still. 'Cause drama.
Okay. So, I think Takedown is like running around looking for him for Mutants, and then we realize he's not there. So it's like, hey, Captain. Like, and just starts like.
Now he's Captain.
Don't start calling him Captain.
No,
he doesn't get to be Captain.
Nope, that makes it a quorum. He's officially Captain now.
Captain Leg.
100% of conscious official teammates in the vicinity have recognized his rank.
They'll call you Captain like it's a nickname. Like, haha. They call the small guys, Tolly or whatever.
No one in
Nobody
the history of anything has called somebody a Tolly. Even my halfling calls regular humans dyers instead of Tollies.
Dire halflings.
Chad, get with
I like it.
And he'll just kind of give...
Worst captain ever.
He'll just... he'll give a little head shake, kind of clearing his ears. And then he'll try like a mic check. Guishin, are you within range? Guishin, fuck, he's probably flying anyway. Hey, anybody know where we are?
So when the shadow thing and the confusion happened and everything, did that pass for Guishin?
It did pass as soon as the ship went through the portal.
Okay. And then it just goes through the portal.
But you watched it, and it looked like. Well, make a perception check. I'm going to give you the opportunity to see something really cool.
Okay, here we go. And there we go. It's an 11.
A black blob. It looked like a black blob.
Awesome. Thank you, Luck, for giving me nothing.
It looked like a black blob shot from behind you and covered the ray duck, and then the ray duck fell into a puddle of blackness.
It fell into its own shadow.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
But now you're near Australia.
I'm gonna get some Vegemite, and
and you're gonna eat your Vegemite, and I'm gonna call a break right there. So let's all be back in 10 minutes. Chat.
Awesome.
We'll be seeing you in 10 minutes.
Right.
Wish them luck.
You're gonna need it.
Hey everybody, we're back. Good to see ya. When we last left off, the gang had been, they left the moon in their rubber ducky. They got attacked by a group of pretty radical Voltron fairy space pirates, and then they went out of control. Silhouette was absorbed by some sort of space
blob.
shadow, and ended up opening a portal for the ship. The ship went through the portal, and Guishin got left somewhere outside of Australia. The team now is in the midst of a forest where they don't know where they are. Chameleon and Magnitude are shaken, but probably going to be all right, but they need some rest. What's going on now, everyone? Guishin went to get some Vegemite. Everybody else has probably got some other things on their mind.
Where is Silhouette in regard to the crash site? You said I was away from the ship, but I don't know.
You were not like far away from the ship. You just weren't part of it when it crashed. You peeled yourself off and no longer. You just weren't part of it. So you're right there. You kind of set it down however you wanted to, and you're as far away or near as you want to be. But you're not inside it or on it or anything like that.
They're in the forest at that night, so he's pretty much everywhere around the ship at any given time.
And right now you actually feel it. Normally you would have to focus to be that present everywhere, but for every shadow for miles, maybe even further, you are feeling it as if you were there and present in each little bit of it.
Okay, so for a moment he's ignoring the calamities around and the people around, and he's just taking it all in.
In fact,
breathing the shadows in and touching every little corners of the forest.
It's easy to ignore them because your emotions are dampened a little bit. You still are able to be fascinated by what's happened to you, but concern for everyone else seems to have lessened.
Okay.
Cool. That's fine. That's good. That's not bad or anything.
Yeah, you all are aware of a vague, maybe not sinister, I don't want to put that on him, but you're aware of a vague, kind of scary laugh outside the ship.
Or it would be sinister, of course.
There you go, it is sinister. I didn't want to say it.
And by outside the ship, you mean from every shadow within earshot anywhere near the ship.
Yes.
Not just like a laugh. Yeah, that's
right.
good.
Multiple laughs.
So yeah, Bootleg will straighten up over the unconscious and or semi-conscious team members and just kind of look around for a second and give Takedown a shrug. How you feeling, TD?
I'm fine. Then she looks at the unconscious members, looks back at you, and just like holds out her hand.
I think we're just gonna have to leave him for now. See where Guaishen went?
I don't see him, man. I zipped around all this place.
Yeah, me neither. And as long as he's using his powers, he can't even hear us. Guaishen, can you hear us? Or are you using your dumb powers? Yeah, no, you can't even hear us.
I don't know. Where are you, Guishen? Are you getting Vegemite in your costume?
I mean, actually, I am concerned about where everybody went, honestly. Let's be real. And I not really having an idea of how Silhouette's powers work, or really that was Silhouette's powers, or maybe it was the Dark Blob power that swallowed the ship. And being a little bit concerned that I may have just lost all my friends, which would be pretty detrimental to his mental and emotional health. He is actually just trying to see if he can find where they might have gone, and just starting to fly circles. Maybe they landed somewhere in Australia. If not, then he's not sure what he's going to do next. But he's spending some time in the air just kind of looking.
Okay.
Bootleg is going to kind of lean against the side of the ship in a temporarily losing his balance way that he does when he tries out his full senses anomaly hound. So I will take a full action and be distracted. While doing it, there's a visible ripple around him as he uses this power. And yeah, he's got his range detect anomaly powers on acute, analytical, extended, tracking, penetrating concealment. So he sees through everything within about 10 times his normal perception range, searching for genetic anomalies.
You are aware of those that are directly around you, of course.
And that is a 32 for the perception roll.
And everywhere that your senses can reach is just black, which has never happened before. Normally, you get some sense of whatever it looks like to you when you switch over. There's it's dull or it's bright or whatever, but you outside of the ship, you get nothing but the absence of anything from as far as your senses go out.
Yeah, there's a difference between I don't see anything and I see capital N nothing.
Right.
He's got crystal clear look at everybody inside, which again, also because it's acute and analytical, it's probably enough for him to feel more confident that the other two are stable and will eventually recover.
They are, yeah.
So we can continue to ignore the players that couldn't make it. Good for having jobs and lives. But yeah, so he can make out, those two clearly. Takedown really is fine. She's not bullshitting him by saying that she's fine, which would be a takedowny thing to do. And then he just runs into this impenetrable sphere of darkness. He will blink his eyes a few times and switch back to kind of the low-key power and just tell Takedown, I don't see him.
What do we do now?
No mention of us being in Cthulhu's belly. Just, I don't see question. Well, now let's take a look outside, I reckon. And he nods down at Chameleon and Magnitude. They're going to be all right. Anomalies heal pretty quick when they've got their powers back. So, not all of us are as resilient as you, but we're a hardy stock. So I guess let's you and me take a look outside. And he will make his way to the hole in the ship.
Did you ever watch Star Wars? Oh, I'm not there.
You make your way to the hole in the ship. It's actually repaired because, like I said, the Rayduck has regained whatever composure it once had.
Okay, I knew that it had otherwise changed. I didn't realize it also smoothed over the hole.
Yep.
All right, so I don't go walk over to the undamaged panel and bump into it like a bird with a glass eye. I instead will go looking for a way out of the ship.
Immediately responding to you like it normally does, the ship, the Rayduck creates a way.
I didn't want to take that for granted.
Yeah.
So, all right then, I will make us a door. And then Bootleg will go out first because he's dumb. Takedown has regeneration, and it's much smarter to send the regenerating speedster. But he will make a point of stepping out into the danger first because he knows that there's some weird dark shadow stuff going on outside and hasn't mentioned it to her yet.
You step out, and you are not immediately aware of any bigger problems than what you might be expecting from being in a foreign forest under complete darkness.
Yeah, so the day's totally going like we thought it would when we got up this morning.
Yeah.
And had breakfast. Nothing troubling has happened. He's I guess just gonna kind of take a look around.
I mean, you do see Silhouette sort of. Are you Silhouette? Are you present in a particular way, or have you dispersed yourself out?
Right now, he's probably dispersed out in the shadows.
So he's just shadow right now.
Yeah,
and I do still have on the low-key detect anomaly powers, which is just acute, but it overlaps with his normal field of vision.
Yeah,
it doesn't see through stuff. It doesn't go extra far.
The difference the difference that you see with that overlay is that the shadows aren't just darker. The shadows are empty. They're black. They're almost missing, right? Like you could, like they're absorbing light instead of being created by light.
Hey, silly, did you get pasted all over the goddamn countryside by that ship, or what's going on, buddy? I saw you stow away on us, and a pleasant surprise. So, everything okay, pal?
Silly. What a fun name. But no, yes, I'm alright. I'm I'm fine, actually. Never felt better. Are you okay? Figure I'd do you the courtesy of preventing your crash since you were kind enough to, bring me back to the surface.
Yeah, we appreciate that. So, you sure you're feeling all right, champ? How'd you end up on the magical girl power pirate spaceship anyhow? Everything all right at home?
Well, the same way I end up anywhere I go. Found a dark corner and crawled to it. Just, space has a lot of dark corner.
Well, that's a fascinating philosophical and perhaps theological discussion that we can maybe indulge in sometime.
I think
Why
it's
don't
more
you,
about physics than anything else, but okay, yes.
Why don't you go ahead and pull yourself together, buddy? He says, looking around at the endless black void seeping from everything around us.
Oh, but it's so comfortable that way. I can feel everything. Alright. If it would help your tiny minds, I guess I can do that for you. And the shadows are just gonna crawl into his usual shadow form, and it's gonna get up instead of stick to the ground for the first time. And for the first time, you'll see Silhouette's real face, which is the character that everyone can see on the Twitch channel.
Yeah.
I've never seen before.
So, did Tessa teach you that trick, or what? It's pretty handy going 3-dimensional.
I always could do that. I just prefer the other way.
All right. Well, and Bootleg will hold a hand out to shake because he's just being polite, and that's totally a normal thing to do when a shadow demon enters the third dimension in your sight for the first time after spreading himself out all over a forest. But he'll just reach his hand out for a polite superhero handshake and go, well, we appreciate you helping us stick the landing there.
My pleasure, I guess. And he's going to raise an eyebrow and slowly extend his hand and shake it without much conviction, as if he was, not used to doing.
Does he eat my soul or anything?
I don't know. His hand is cold.
It is very cold, yeah.
I will
to the top.
I will politely not comment on that. But yeah, he'll give a friendly, firm, superheroic handshake, and then kind of quirk an eyebrow at their surroundings. So, speaking of us sticking that landing, where'd you land us here, buddy? We in Narnia or something?
I'm not too sure. I visualized a forest somewhere where your ship wouldn't kill hundreds by crashing into a city, and that's what came to mind. Not sure where it brought us. It was dark enough here, so.
All right then. I guess we just gotta kind of pick a direction.
We're on Earth. That's what I can tell you. We didn't change planets or dimension.
Since it was about noon in Australia, you reckon somewhere probably on the other side of the world.
Maybe, because the rest of our day has been so predictable and comforting. I believe the survival skill in this game is just like expertise survival, which I know I certainly do not have. I do, however, have jack of all trades, because Bootleg has accidentally spent his entire adult life temporarily learning things from everyone around him. So I'm going to attempt an untrained survival check, because I'm allowed to attempt any skill untrained. What attribute would you say is appropriate for a survival check to try and kind of recognize our surroundings and find north? Just like basic level stuff here.
How about intelligence?
Intelligence it is.
While he's doing that, Takedown just wants to see if she has a cell phone signal.
You do, yes.
I'm gonna Google Map us.
Dope. That's a 4 off a natural 1. So,
You gain nothing
Nope.
of use. So oddly enough, your cell phone signal is strong. You have full bars, but when you try to get a GPS location, it fuzzes out.
Interesting.
Stop worrying so much.
I will send Guishin a text message.
You send it away. Guishin, do you have your phone on you?
Well, when I am not flying anymore, I will receive the text message.
You receive the text message.
Yes.
Hey,
all right.
Hey, boy. What's up, dog?
I don't know who sent you that, but mine just says, "Where are you?"
New ship, who dat?
has he been texting with Cliff the janitor this whole time? Like, hey guys.
He switched phones with you.
Nah, Cliff's my friend now. We're buds.
So,
Anyway.
make a perception check.
Okay.
Oh, this is so good. This is so good.
Me. Hey! That was better than the last time.
Actually, not Guishin. Everybody but Guishin.
Ah!
Oh, all the rest of us?
Yeah.
Hey,
Nope.
somebody got a 19. That was your 19. Whoever's 19. Who wants that 19?
That's a 29 for me.
All right. Silhouette, you don't even need to make a perception check. You're aware of this happening.
No.
But somebody, I mean, thank you for doing that. Thank you for playing ball. But I'm going to give it to you anyway. You're aware of rustling in the bushes. Something is definitely coming towards you.
Something's coming, people. I don't know what it is, but let's prepare for it. He's gonna claim with a smite in his face.
Out of the bushes, you see some. It looks like a mop head. And then it goes back in the bushes.
If it's in the bushes, it's in the shadows, right?
Yes, you are. You know who this is. This is Cliff the janitor.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's really it's weird that you said that, but yes, that's who it is. Who's got the telekinesis or the telepathy? But yeah, you know, it's Cliff the janitor, and he's sticking out his mop to see if, because he can't see anything. It's too dark, so he's just kind of fumbling around.
Get out of the bush, Cliff.
Oh, what? How do you know my name?
I said get out of the goddamn bush!
Okay.
You
Oh
with a
God.
strong
Oh
voice
God.
coming
All right,
from
I'm out of the
outside.
bush. Whoa, it's you guys. What? Why are you back here? Why did you come back here?
You know,
That's where we are.
I feel like our recent lunar trip kind of put the world in a new perspective, but this is a dumbass literal take on It's a Small World after all.
Well,
Cliff, we're-
I had to think about the forest. The last forest I spent almost a year stuck in was here, so I guess that's the first thing that came to mind.
Oh well. I guess. Hey. Last time you guys left and everything started blowing up. There was nobody else here, so I kind of had to fend for myself. So I've been living in a cave. What I guess I'm really saying is, if you guys are going back somewhere, would you mind giving me a lift?
Yeah, well, we should definitely take you back. You've been stuck here the whole time.
Yeah,
Oh, you're still alive.
it's been rough. Do you like the beard?
Yeah.
Well,
Pastor, we really got to get him out of here.
Yeah, I really have. Are you guys aware of all the different fauna around here? Because I'm pretty sure I've been hunted by aquatic monkeys. That was not a good day, I can tell you.
Yes, they are.
All right, Cliff. Bootleg will hold out a hand for a shake again, because that's just what you do when you meet somebody.
All right. He holds out his hand and he gives you a shake, and it's actually surprisingly strong. Like Cliff has become something of a
Cliff Zan of the lakes.
He's become something of a survivalist, and he's pretty strong, and he's still pretty timid. He's not used to talking to people, but you can tell he's got something going on.
All right, Cliff. Just get back in the ship. Let's get you a seat and get you buckled in, buddy.
I appreciate that, guys.
We're just gonna have to wait a little bit till we feel like the Ryduck's ready to fly again. But I don't know. I feel like after a little bit of time, she might get charged up again, and we can get the hell out of here for the second time.
Well, all right then. Just whatever. Do you guys have any food or something? Because I've been eating really odd-shaped fish for quite a long time.
Out of character, I'm not sure what we still have on the jet, or I would have been feeding something to Magnitude and probably eating something myself.
Sure.
Because Bootleg is hiding, being like faint with hunger. I've been keeping him kind of hindered in my mind as like still fatigued or whatever.
All right, I'm gonna spend a hero point. And I'm going to say that the headmaster has a stash of ice cream and booze somewhere in a cooler in the Rayduck that he was hoping to be able to bust out maybe in a couple hours, but the Cowlins showed up too early, so there's ice cream and booze.
With the ship going through puberty a couple times today, I wasn't sure if the fridges and freezers were still intact. But yeah, we'll go do a thorough check of the holds, find some ice cream, and we will sit and eat for a while. And Bootleg will try to feed some to Magnitude, get her blood sugar level and caloric intake back up. If she is conscious enough to swallow, he's not gonna just like stick her head in the thing. She died like she lived. We're not gonna drown her or anything. But yeah, well, he'll make sure to get her something to eat. He'll kind of split a whole thing of ice cream with her because they're the two that have used the metabolism powers. But yeah, everybody can eat something. He will half-heartedly try to kind of ration the booze. Let's not, nobody drink too heavily and let it go straight to their heads. But yeah, we're just going to kind of sit on this effed up, half-exploded tropical island and wait for our ship to feel like flying again, I think.
Cliff is incredibly...
Oh yeah, go ahead, Chad.
Cliff is incredibly... He's overwhelmed with the gift of ice cream. He stays away from the booze, knowing that on this island, keeping yourself hydrated and free from dehydration was important to survival. But the ice cream brings him to tears. And oh wow, you guys, you have no idea what this means to me. You even brought my favorite, Choco Nutty Buddy. How did you guys know? This is probably, and listen, I know this is going to sound a little bit weird, but this is probably the best day of my entire life. Being out here for a couple of months really makes you thankful for the little things. And aside from being able to go home, that's a big thing. But right now, here with you guys, my friends, and I really do think of you as my friends, probably because you're really the only people I've ever talked to for the last couple of years, but still... This ice cream, it means more to me than you'll ever know. Thank you. And he kind of goes in for a hug to Bootleg.
Yeah, Bootleg will hug him. Yeah, that's all right, Cliff. I believe you about this probably being the best day of your life. Hey, listen. Speaking of which, you are you still interested in only making a living being a hench janitor for supervillains and such, or does this mean that you're looking to update the old resume when you get back to civilization?
Well, I gotta be honest with you. The people who were financing the Soul Forge were paying pretty well. I think they went on to bigger and brighter things. It looks like everything but the lower levels have been destroyed here, so I guess if you're willing to pay, I'd love to mop or, clean up or to do whatever you need. Bathrooms don't even bother me.
Oh,
really.
How are you in the kitchen?
Oh,
yeah, all right then. You're about to get a job as the head cleanup crew and groundskeeper of the prodigious Greystone Academy.
Is that the Greystone Academy?
One and only.
Oh wow! I've seen the brochure. That place is great. I can't wait. It seems so prodigious.
He will give a come on, what was I supposed to do? Look over Cliff's face to take down while Cliff is clinging to him and weeping or whatever. They're just like, come on, I couldn't just not hire the guy.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? When I was 5, this grumpy old guy came to my house and told me that he wanted me to come work for him when I was old enough, and he showed me this brochure, and ever since then I've been thinking about the Greystone Academy, and oh my God, that's a weird coincidence. I'm really glad that you guys are here. Thanks for being my friend.
Yeah, well, the headmaster just took off on a pretty important and long distance sabbatical, but the very last order he gave us was I should hire somebody new to round out the staff at the Greystone Academy for the prodigious, and well, Cliff, you were just the first one I came across in that particular job hunt.
Well, who's the headmaster? He sounds cool.
It's just the headmaster is the headmaster. He kind of uses a code name. You might have noticed we're a bit more than your usual academy, but I'm actually kind of the stand-in head. I don't even really reckon I feel like finishing that sentence. But I'm running the school now.
Oh, well, how many are there? That sounds great.
We'll talk over the details on the way back. Speaking of which, one of the prominent members of our student body. Just give me 1 second here, Cliff. Hey, Guishin, come in. Guishin, come in. Guishin, we're back on Hell Island. Can you hear me? Over.
Where? You're at where?
That dumb fuck island that we y'all met the original variants at on our very first zany misadventure.
Robots.
Yeah, that's the one. So where the hell are you?
Australia still?
Right. I know that we've had you doing some speed drills lately, but I feel like that's still going to be a heck of a trip. So just get yourself to an airport, and I reckon we'll handle the details over the phone or something.
Just get him to a dark corner, and I'll get him over in no time. Don't worry about it. I can do it. Can I?
Yeah, just hang on a sec. I'll just pull my earbud out and offer it over to Silhouette. So those two can work out the details. I'm not going to order Guishin to step into a dark corner and get transcontinentally teleported by the creepy guy that got a little creepier since the last time we saw him.
Yeah, but you're going to let the creepy guy organize the teleportation by himself.
I'm going to let you try to talk Guishin into it. I offered him one option. You could offer him the other, and I'm trusting one of my most trusted teammates to make that call for himself.
Well, okay, to be fair, Chad, you said that he felt more powerful. Would that be something that he feel like he could do?
Yes. I believe that he could.
All right. Just gonna put the earbud in. There we go. Hey, flying guy. What was your name again?
Guishin.
Yes. I'm not gonna try to pronounce it, but if you want to get ill right now, I could help you.
Yeah, I think it. I don't think I have my passport, so plane rides could be problematic.
Passports, eh? Oh, yes, plane. Oh, that jazz. Alright, I'm gonna need you to find a dark corner, and I'll meet you.
That's not hard.
Well, just give me a minute to find you, and yes, I'll be there for you.
When the rain starts to fall.
Yes.
All right, you find a dark corner.
I find a dark corner. I mean, I use my investigation to find it. I find it.
And Silhouette is going to use his remote sensing power to try and find him and open up a portal if he can. And if needs be, he has a hero point on hand.
No, this is a pretty simple procedure, just taking one person from one place to another. And so, Guishin, in no time at all, you are back on Soulforge Island with the rest of the variants.
You may have to do a few jump with him, but that's fine.
You thought that you might have needed to do that in the past, but with the way that you're feeling now, you...
No, in the past it would have been like bunch of jumps because it's only 8 miles rate. But, yeah.
Well.
Oh, hey there, guy! I liked your mask before. It still looks pretty cool, by the way.
Oh, yes, and we found Cliff.
Thanks. It's from this thing in Korea show. Yeah, you probably never heard of it.
Oh, I think Korean shows are great.
Oh, yeah, it's a thing. It's called Taekwon V. It's about a giant robot.
Right on. I love those kind of shows. Although it's been a very long time since I've seen one. The last time I saw a show like that was called Transor Z. I don't know if you remember it, but I remember it mostly because one of the robots had... Oh, never mind. And he gets embarrassed.
Guishin, you can get them all caught up on your favorite shows. Cliff's coming back to the Greystone Academy for the Prodigious, and he's going to be our groundskeeper and help us clean up and stuff.
Oh. Okay. Cool. Welcome to the team.
And
I'm on the team. All right. Do I get a cool costume? I can be Janitor Man.
We'll figure out those details once we get back to the school.
Swinging his broom around, his mop around.
The custodian.
Ooh, I like that even better.
So, speaking of getting back to the school, Guishin, why don't you see if you can get the Rhyduck going? And, hey, Silly, where are you wanting to go? And do you really need us to give you a lift wherever that is?
That nickname again. No, I don't need a lift. I don't think so. After all, I just picked up your friend from, what was it, Australia?
So,
I'm fine. I'm good.
Right here.
You go and do your things. I got other things to do.
Right here is that part in the movie where things get weird.
Dope. Yeah, like not the rest of the day.
yeah, everything else was really normal.
Silhouette, you feel stepping out of your shadow without you actually meaning it to be so. Quintessa steps out of your shadow along with La Llorona and Dire Girl and the intelligent parrot man That's his name. But,
That sounded less sinister than the rest, but okay.
And also,
that sounds super sinister, actually.
and Critical Mass, and Quintessa postures up and she says, "Silhouette, how fascinating. Do you have my prize?"
Well,
She's completely ignoring the variants, by the way.
Well, to be totally honest with you, I had it, but I'm afraid I might have. And he taps his pockets and his chest. I wouldn't say misplaced it, but consume it. And he grins.
Wow, that is quite an occurrence. Well, I'm sure that everything will work out. If you don't mind, let's head back to the base, back to the villa, and we can discuss all about it. Let's go now. And she sort of invites you in a way that makes you think that it's not really a request. She's sort of telling you in a henchman type way to get your ass back to the villa.
Hey, silly, we got a standing offer room for you at Greystone if you want it. Same goes for any of the rest of Miss Tessa's wayward children.
The 10-year-old Dire Girl says, "Whatever, you guys are like superpowered terrorists beating up little girls in alleys trying to help other people. You guys are full of crap. Are you buying this? Are you buying this, Silhouette?"
No, nobody beat you up.
Enough! Says Silhouette with resonating voice in the shadows around. Let's go now. And Mr. Bootleg, I won't forget that. And he just kind of bows and opens a portal next to him and gestures to the others to walk in.
Okay, the others, Quintessa feeling very confident and full of herself, walks back into your shadow along with the intelligent parrot man, who doesn't look like he's thinking anything, just very observant. Dire Girl is scared quite a bit. She sort of slinks in. If she had a tail, it would be between her legs. And Critical Mass sort of shrugs. Noticeably absent is Taro. Doesn't seem to be here. Do you... Well, whether you do or not, Silhouette, you are simultaneously back at the villa and still present, which you have not been able to do before.
Huh. So, at the villa, he's gonna cast a look at Quintessa. Well, we will talk, but stakes may have changed, my dear. And he's just gonna vanish from both places at the same time. Go back in shadows and distribute himself around and disappear for now.
Spend the next X amount of issues pushing the limits of his power, finding out what he can do.
Something like that.
Feel free to reinsert yourself at any time, but now that Quintessa and and her whatever she's calling her League of Evil Mutants is gone, along with apparently Silhouette. Cliff says, "Oh my God, that was the scariest thing I've ever seen. That chick, she really bothers me. She's really kind of a scary lady, you know?"
Bootleg will de-posture up, and just for a second he lets out a sigh and his shoulders slump, and he's like, "That wasn't even the third dumbest thing I had to do today." All right, Guichet, let's see if we can get the hell out of here.
All right.
Echoes of Silhouette laughter can be heard throughout the forest. Or
that guy.
So yeah, you're pretty aware now that the Rayduck can handle itself. If you wanted to hop back in.
Yeah, so we do. Guishin does, and he hops into the pilot's seat and says a few words of encouragement to the Rayduck, letting it know that he was really worried and is very glad to see that everything is better. And once everybody's on, we're gonna take off.
Okay, so you take off. I assume that you're headed back towards the Greystone Academy, but if there's somewhere else that you'd rather be going, now's the time to say it.
I think heading back home is the way to go, because we did just kind of get that secondary ice cream trip that I felt like we earned. So, let's just go home and get cleaned up, find Cliff some clothes, get some real food in Magnitude and me, just get everybody home and let them rest up.
There was ice cream?
Yeah, about that. We got a little bit left, I think, but Cliff was pretty hungry on account of he's been living on a deserted desert island for a couple of months all by himself, and me and Magnitude had to use some metabolism-based powers fighting against the Team Voltron Star Princess She-Ra powered force back there, so we needed a couple calories. But I did hold on to these, and he'll pull out whatever, like, the weakest booze is, like if there's a couple of beers or whatever, and he will offer one to Guishin up there at the pilot console, because Guishin has also earned a drink today.
Oh, this is amazing.
Wait. Are you giving the pilot of our ship booze before we take flight?
No, we're already
As
flying.
you are taking flight.
Wouldn't that be hilarious if, like, the pilot's drinking, like, the ship itself gets a little bit drunk? It starts quacking.
All right.
It's fine.
We're going to be in the... Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, man.
No, I was just saying something stupid. Like, it's fine. The ship is feeding me, man. It's going to go great.
Oh, we got a long flight ahead of us, and Guishin earned a drink. I think I got a third one up here if you're interested to take that.
There you go. Probably regenerates the alcohol out really fast.
We're just going to kind of chill and have a drink apiece on the flight back.
On the flight back. Okay, cool. So you have what is an uneventful time on the way back, which is kind of an event in itself, given the last 24 hours. You sort of find a quietness after the ice cream and after the booze is gone, and everybody is just too exhausted and dumbfounded to really say anything. The only person who does seem to just be chattering nonstop is Cliff, and after about an hour that it takes you to get back home, you're pretty much done with Cliff's chittering. So you're back now at the Greystone Academy. You've just landed, and Cliff is stuck to the outside, or to the window, and he's just taking it all in. Oh my gosh, this is even greater than I thought it was gonna be. Look at how green everything is, and oh my gosh, those statues are really cool. I'm gonna check those out. Oh man, this place is gonna be great. Well, what do you guys do for fun around here?
All right, Cliff, let's get you settled in. Let's get you a shower. Hey, Takedown, you still have those clippers that we used to clean up your undercut last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's let him trim his beard, and then I'll buy you some new clippers.
Okay, thank
You don't like the beard?
Let's get you. You could just neaten it up a little, buddy. So let's get you cleaned up. Let's get some food in you. Let's get a good night's sleep. And tomorrow I'll take you around the grounds a little bit. We'll go over your duties, take care of the contract, etc., etc. How's that sound, champ?
That sounds. You said duties, but yeah, I'm into it, man. Whatever you want me to be doing. Can we discuss pay? Maybe more important than that, I mean, I need a pretty good medical, because I'm pretty sure I need to get checked out after the couple months on an island eating those weird fish.
Yeah, so do I.
It's possible that one of those rats bit me in the ass, and I'm pretty sure it's infected. I didn't want to say anything until we got here, just in case it grossed you guys out, but I need somebody to probably look at my ass. It's pretty gross.
I'm going to drive you into town. We'll get a doctor to take a look at you tomorrow. First thing after we get a good night's sleep, see how you're feeling after you get a good night's sleep, and then we'll take you in. Let the pros do the whole tip to tail workover. We'll get you taken care of, champ.
You guys are the best. I know I might have said that already, but I really do believe it. You guys are something else. Thanks.
Yeah, and this day has been something else. So let me show you where the guest room is, the third one, and it's got a tie-in bathroom. So let's get you cleaned up, and everybody just grab something to eat, get a shower, get some rest. Team meeting over. Hell of a day.
Okay, team meeting's over.
Make sure you really wipe down the statues later.
Oh, sure, man. No problem.
We're going to discuss all that before he does anything else on the grounds tomorrow morning.
Magnitude and Chameleon, they hit the hay. They're in bed, resting up. Cliff is so excited to actually have a bed that he passes out basically right when he walks in. He doesn't bother to take a shower. He doesn't clean up. He just falls right in bed and sleeps. So the three of you are left. Is there any debriefing that you want to do? Do you want to have a meeting about?
Like I said, team meeting was over. I told people what to do. It was go shower, eat, sleep in whatever order you wanted. We have all had a hell of a day. He wasn't going to try and be like, all right, now everyone sit tight while I prepare a PowerPoint presentation of what we could have done better on this tactical outing squad. No, that shit can all wait. He's just like, everybody go fucking self-care.
All right.
Do what you gotta do.
Take down Gui Shin. Are you down with that plan? Or is there something you want to do before we skip to the next morning?
I did want to share with the group that you might think when you're in Australia that you want to try Vegemite because you've heard of it, famous. But then if you don't, you'll be happier.
It's delicious. What are you talking about?
No, it doesn't have any meat product in it.
I know.
You hear Cliff from the third bedroom says, "No, tastes like garbage."
See? And he knows what garbage is.
It's not called meat mite. What did you think was in it?
I thought
Vegemite.
I thought that was like Australian for veggies and meat. Vegemite.
You Vegemite not want to try it. It's pretty gross. All right, so we're gonna skip to the next morning. Magnitude and Chameleon
I would like to say before you do that.
Yeah.
Bootleg is gonna feel Silhouette skulking around Dimension during the night. When he goes to bed, he can feed him down the corridor, and then whoop, he's not there anymore. He's somewhere else. When he goes to bed, he's not too far away.
Snuggling.
Bootleg will just kind of sigh out. Just stay out of the girls' rooms. Let's not make this weird. All right, silly.
There's shadows under the covers.
He hears the distinctive laugh. Laughter is all far, far away down the corridor.
Oh, and don't fuck with the statues. Good night, buddy.
You have your own guardian demon. That's nice. All right, so you wake up the next morning. Magnitude and Chameleon are not up. You check on them, but they're just not interested in moving today. What are the rest of you doing? Cliff is ready to go. He's ready to go to the doctor. He wants to have his his butt checked out.
Get him a change of clothes. Get him to shower. At the very least, the shower. Doesn't necessarily need to trim his hair or whatever, but get him cleaned up. Eat some breakfast. Bootleg is putting the food away. Like he was still making up for not eating much extra yesterday, because he was laying down some pretty heavy punches with that borrowed strength and durability. So he will be wolfing it down this morning, and he'll just hit up like the mansion comms. I'm taking Cliff into town. Anybody want to ride with us and kill time while he's at the doctor?
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
All right, meet at the truck in 15.
I'm driving.
No, you're not.
All right. Yeah. So before we do go, Guishin does go and check on the Ray Duck. After that close call, he's a little bit concerned because he has been feeling, with the mental connection, everything. He feels like Ray Duck is more than just an object, right? Obviously, but he's feeling pretty bonded, and so he's going in to check on Ray Duck, make sure everything's good before we go into town.
Yeah, it seems like the Ray Duck is back to its normal self. Whatever it was that was bothering it is no longer applying, and seems like it's in pretty good working order.
I love how he couldn't even say back to its normal self without putting a question mark at the end of that sentence. Like, back to its normal self? Like, whatever. Back to kind of what you remember, which is the opposite of normal.
Yeah.
As you're walking around Proudhaven towards the hospital, urgent care, what do you want to do?
I will be, as I'm eating breakfast, I'm going to be looking through the stack of papers that are now on top of my desk while I sit at my chair.
Is this the headmaster's office that you have taken over?
This is my office now because he's in fucking space.
Formerly the headmaster's office, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
He probably has a different chair back there behind it, though. Like, he wheeled the headmaster's chair off to one side in a weird kind of halfway comedic, halfway sweet moment. Like, there's just Bootleg's the first one up and just pushing this wheelchair through the mansion to, like, the headmaster's room. Like, he kind of leaves it in the headmaster's bedroom, and then heads back to the office and, like, hauls one of the other chairs around behind the desk. So, like, he's claiming the desk, but he's not going to claim the chair.
What are you doing with the chair?
He's wheeling it through the mansion and leaving it in the headmaster's bedroom.
Oh, I thought you said that already. Yeah. All right. With you now.
You're a good listener and a better friend.
Yep. You don't need to be a listener to be a GM. You just have to talk until people talk back.
But yeah, so he's going to take a look through the stack of paperwork and just try to remember from, like, the last 5 years of superheroing, like, where do we go for medical stuff? Like, do we have an arrangement with a local clinic? Is there a particular doctor we always go to? Is there somebody that's getting some money every month for being on call at, like, a local emergency clinic? But yeah, like, while he's munching his breakfast, like his second breakfasts, because he was eating a lot, he'll be looking for, like, and just trying to remember, like, what do we do for medical emergencies?
You are vaguely aware not vaguely aware, you are quite aware that there was always one particular clinic that the headmaster liked to go to. There was a Dr. Kim there that the headmaster did not seem to be particularly guarded with.
So that somebody that the headmaster potentially hates less than he hates everyone else.
Correct.
Didn't
hold back if there was a variant-related problem, he would state it accurately. Yeah.
Like, after a fight with Quintessa and her elemental mastery, it wasn't like there was a rock climbing accident and then also we set them on fire. Right. Oops. Okay. That tornado pulled him off the mountain we were climbing and then we burned him. He will head towards Dr. Kim's office then. And we will start there. We will drop off Cliff, potentially have words with Dr. Kim at the start, just to say, hey, this is Cliff. He's been stranded on a tropical island for a while. I'm going to leave you and Cliff alone for the rest of the physical. Just put it to the line of credit for the School for the Prodigious. And patient doctor confidentiality and all that. We don't want to interfere with it. The rest of us are going to run some errands. You just give us a ring when you're done here.
Definitely, will do. Good to see you again, Bootleg. Oh, thanks, Bootleg. I appreciate it. Hi, Doc. I really appreciate it. Hey, check this out. And that's probably about a good time for you to leave.
Exactly. That's what I'm like, we're not staying here for this.
What are you doing in Proudhaven in the after you drop Cliff off?
I'm doing whatever Takedown and or Guishin wanted to do. I offered them a ride into town. I'm killing time until the vet is done with Cliff's physical. And we're going to go wherever those two wanted to.
It always starts with taco.
Okay, you want to get some tacos?
Yeah,
That's where we're going
tacos.
Okay, you're eating tacos. It hasn't been very long. Make perception checks, please.
Nothing bad ever happens after perception tests.
Right.
I see this delicious taco.
To be fair, it's not as bad as rolling initiative.
That's 37.
God almighty, Bootleg. With your...
He sees exactly
with your
what
near
spices.
40 perception. A second before your phone rings, you notice some people across 2 streets who are looking at you, which wouldn't normally seem odd because sometimes people just catch eyes. But then you notice somebody similarly dressed at the same distance away from 2 blocks away behind a car with binoculars. And you remember very clearly, because you weren't quite able to get to them last time, but that the same sort of people looked very much like these people were also staring at you the last time you were in Proudhaven, and you just weren't quite able to catch up to them.
Hey, heads up, y'all. We got G-Man with eyes on us, and he'll nod towards both, the general direction of both groups while answering his phone.
And as you answer your phone, it is Indigo St. John. Indigo St. John, who obviously represents Achilles, at least on your behalf. And he says, Bootleg, is this correct?
St. John, and yes, it is.
Listen, Bootleg, remember not too long ago, you asked me to keep an eye on Chase Kilborn to see what sort of things he's doing at his factory and to let you know if anything I find disturbing happened.
Feels like a lifetime ago, but yes, indeed.
It was just a couple days ago, actually, but yes.
Try to get that help.
Well, the thing is, we did some immediate looking in, mostly because we feel like we owe the variants something, and we really appreciate our good working relationship, which I hope can continue. Can I count on that before I continue?
Well, I did give you a ring and let you know something we were up to, so yes, I'm certainly hoping we can continue a positive working relationship myself.
The verbal equivalent of a non-disclosure agreement? So it turns out that this Chase Kilborn fellow is developing some very problematic technology. In particular, and I'm bringing this to you before I take it any further anywhere else, but in particular, it seems Mr. Kilborn has a particular hate for the genetic anomaly sort. His technology does not seem to be at the level now that it is a threat on any scale, but the disturbing implications of his technology cannot be understated. It seems like in 10, 15 years, this could be an extinction-level threat to our kind. Having said that, if it was up to me, I would have Achilles just take care of it. We would confiscate, we would raid. However, the most problematic thing is happening. It seems that Mr. Kilborn has a contract with the United States military to develop weapons not to kill genetic anomalies, but for just everyday applications.
Yeah, just those normal, everyday, kill everybody else.
Well, that's the thing. These applications are not particularly military applications. The contract is with the military for various applications, which puts Achilles in a bind, if you don't mind me saying so. I guess what I'm saying is something like, I can't get involved, but if you would like to take a further look into Mr. Kilborn's activities, I know at least Achilles would love to look the other way as long as I have anything to say about it.
Right. So Mueller can't act himself. It's up to Congress.
I don't understand the reference, but that sounds about right. And that sounds like a good place to end tonight with a veiled threat and a potential enemy. And I want to say thank you to everybody for joining us here tonight. We certainly had an up and down ride. Anybody? And Thomas, thanks for being back with us.
Hey, thanks for having me back. It was super fun, and I always enjoy playing that little shadow demon of yours.
Well, we enjoy you as well. Anybody want to say anything before we head off?
Hey, I had a good time. Thanks a lot, Opti, and thanks everybody else for joining us.
Yeah, I hope all the watchers had as much fun as we did.
Yeah, I want to say too that our community is growing. Every time I look in chat, and I'm not the kind of guy that can stop what he's doing and interact with the chat and then go back. I try to stay in the game as much as I can. Because my ADD will just go crazy if I try to multitask while GMing. But I'm looking at the chat every once in a while, and you guys just have a really great time. You're saying some pretty great stuff, and when you throw out suggestions, it's awesome. You're making connections in the chat that I never thought in a million years people would make. And so I just want to say thank you guys for being a great community. It's a new community, but it's starting up to be pretty rad. And I enjoy everybody. I enjoy you. I enjoy this team. And make sure 2 things. Number 1, tune into Justicars on Sunday for our second episode, because the first episode was great. Come back in 2 weeks for the variants. And then upcoming, we have our Shadowcasters Streamathon. Our Shadowcasters fundraiser for the year is going on right now. We have a bunch of different things that we are raffling off. So if you contribute, then you have a chance to win all sorts of PDFs, including Mutants and Masterminds, Shadowrun stuff, Earth Dawn stuff, and a whole bunch of other stuff that I know you guys would particularly be interested in. So thanks for supporting us. Thanks for doing everything you do. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being you, because that's good enough. And with that, we'll say goodbye.
Good night, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.